What's up? Y'all ready? Y'all ready for me to take all the air out the room? Y'all ready for this carbon dioxide? Y'all ready? Y'all ready to put the hazardous tape around and all the what we call it the placards out?
We got the nitrous, diox, everything ready.
Facts, everything that's poisonous right now. But in the background is green. Hey man, I'm about to put some of this smell good on. Let me put some of this smell good on, man, because
we got the
we about to
anthrax.
man, we about to go big, bro. Let me get this
Heroes in
stuff
the
on, man.
building.
It's smelling
What's
good.
up, Games?
Shout outs to everybody out there, man. Y'all know what time it is. I'm pumped up, I'm hyped up, so y'all know how this show's gonna go. Y'all just get ready, man. We almost there for the intro. We almost there, y'all. Get ready. All right, I got thunderstorms going on, no big deal. We up early in the morning, no big deal. First of all, man, shout outs to God for waking me up this morning, man. Shout outs to the beholder. Shout outs to the one above all. Yo, shout outs to the great Xbox community, man, that we on Di-RRec Gaming can give to. I hope whoever got the Magnum, the mouse PI game. I'm sorry, I was thinking about Magnum PI, man. I'm too retro
Mouse
for y'all, man.
PI.
Mouse PI and the 3 months Ultimate Game Pass codes, man. A total of 6 months, man. Check it out. It's over on my Twitter page, man. Whoever won, shout outs to you. Have fun. Keep it gaming. Second, third. Shout outs to our members out there, man. Y'all know who y'all are, man. And we're gonna do the roll call. Who's here right now, Rez? Rez, who's here right now? Shout them out.
We got Back Records, we got 30 Below, and we got the homie Games Heroes.
Facts. What's up, Games? Shout outs to Games Heroes out there, man, doing his blessings, putting in that work, man. That's another family member. Yo, shout outs to the whole entire Mighty Chat Pack. Yo, listen, y'all see the headlines, man. I know Games sees that headlines. Yes, sir. Going in today. On behalf of everybody around the world, no matter what continent, flag that you represent, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to come out here on Di-RRec Gaming and represent with us. And we got mics and we want y'all to get on the stage and perform with us as well, man. Double thanks to y'all, everybody that makes Di-RRec Gaming International. Double salute.
GBH for God in the building. What's up, man?
Yes, sir. Yo, it's that time. Y'all ready?
Let's roll.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Let's go.
The following is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
We here. We are here. Di-RRec Gaming is live. We are official tissue. What's up, everybody? How y'all been doing, man? What y'all been playing? I got 2 games. I'm gonna be playing after the show. And we got a special show coming after this show. If y'all are about that Metro 2039, come back for that second show. Because we
That
got a lot
Metro
to
is
talk
fire.
about.
Oh, yeah.
What y'all
We
been
got some
playing,
other-
man?
We got some other topics, too, before we get to our games. We're going to talk about, there's a new update for the Series X and X, which is really cool. There's a new rumor or leak about Fair Games change in direction. More information on Asha's internal memo.
Ron Slush in the building, man. Salute. We haven't
And we
seen
got
Ron
some new
Slush
game
around in our
releases.
streets, man. Make yourself at home, famo.
And we got some new game releases already this week, too. We've got Pragmata, Replaced, and Mouse PI for hire. And that's what I've been playing right now. Is
I got
Mouse
both
PI.
of them bad boys. We going on Twitch. We're going to put those games on live. We got to
I
represent
get the
that.
new legal of the game. It's really fun. It's old classic Doom style gameplay with a kind of 1930s Disney cartoon style graphics. It's really fun. You just run around and and there's collectibles too. You collect comic books, you collect newspaper articles. So there's a collectible part to it. There's like secret areas you could find. There's a ton of weapons. You can blow up your enemies. You could freeze your enemies. You could shoot their head off with a shotgun, which is really fun.
Stanky55 says, I just started playing Pragmata and I'm loving it so far. Yes, sir.
That's what I heard. That's going to be my next game. So yeah, I've just been playing a little bit of Crimson Desert. And also there's another game that came to Xbox that not a lot of people are playing right now. It's one of the Bravely Default games, which is like a JRPG. But yeah, I'm playing a lot right now. There's too
what's
many
the
games.
game that we're gonna try to get a hold of, man? Me, you,
Something about
and
fairies.
Realist. What's that game that we got?
Yep.
It's on Game Pass, Raz. What's it called again? That it's
Absalom?
multiple. Yeah, we got to get on that, man. Is it 4 players? If it's 4, we'll get Spartan up in there.
And there's another new zombie game called Zombie Army 4 that just came on Game Pass. It's a multiplayer.
Oh, we got to get that going.
Yeah.
Oh, and guess what? What's the other one? It starts with an R.
Replaced.
That's right. If y'all ain't checked out Replace, check it out, man. It's on Game Pass as well, man. Good Box in the building says, I hope Forza Horizon 6 and State of Decay 3 stay exclusive. Facts. Well, look, look, Good Box, Forza Horizon, well, you never know. But I'm not betting all my money on Forza Horizon 6. I'm not, because be thankful that Forza Horizon 6 has now has now surpassed itself as just exclusive.
Transcended.
It's transcended, yeah. It's transcended into something that cannot be faded. It cannot be destroyed. It has went into this multi-platform, all cross-platform. Bro, that's ballistic, right? As long as Forza Horizon stays special to the Xbox community, and we're getting it first. We're getting it, Good Box. We're going to have it for a while. Play it. But this thing has transcended.
It'll be exclusive for a while. It'll be time.
Yeah, this thing has transcended. Now, State of Decay 3, I'm all in with what you just said. State of Decay 3 is Xbox owned. It has to be. I mean, this is what we're going to be talking about today, Good Box. A lot of stuff. I know the language. I know how y'all feel. I'm not going to let y'all down, man. Y'all already know. So buckle up, man. Buckle up.
Hey,
Yo,
Legal,
what's up?
What's the deal, right? I understand some of their strategy, but if y'all want State of Decay, ain't about time to start throwing some of y'all zombie games over this way. You know what I mean? All it is money. You know what I mean? None of us left Xbox to go buy a PlayStation to play any of the games that they have over there. It's evidenced by the sales of these games once they go over. You know what I mean? Horizon went over there, it blew up on PlayStation just like it blew up on every other platform that it blew up on. I mean, that it was released on. So nobody went and bought a PlayStation for The Last of Us or Days Gone. You know what I mean? You're gonna put Halo over there. They give us Helldivers. Now look, they really don't have anything to offer. I mean, because we already got Marathon. But if you're gonna start giving Xbox Studios games, which they've already started with the first 4, like, man, what you gonna do for us over here? We like talking about perception and optics. Let's get the optics right. Whether we play them or not, let's get the optics right. You know what I mean? I think it's about time they start throwing some games over there. Or everybody just give up on trying to put every game everywhere and let's get back to being slimy. Like Phil Spencer called PlayStation back in the day. Let's get back to being slimy.
Ron
I'm with
says,
you.
Can we agree Forza Horizon has surpassed Gran Turismo? Oh, yeah, definitely, dude.
Look, man, we're going to talk about all of this.
It is the best racer ever made, in my opinion.
We're going to talk about all of this. There's a lot of chitter chatter on Xbox about the eternal aspects going on within Xbox. We're going to get all into that. So y'all pick I'm going to be nice. Y'all pick a topic and we're going to start with that. Go ahead, panel. Pick one topic and we'll go.
So we could start off the top here about the new update for the Xbox consoles. Just came out, I think it was this week, right? So in total, Microsoft has added 5 new features to Xbox consoles this week. The majority of these new additions are related to the dashboard of the X and S, giving users the ability to now create a custom color scheme on their profile in the personalization setting. Beyond this, a new Play History tab has been introduced alongside an upgrade to pins, which will let users now pin up to 10 groups to their home screen rather than the previous 2. Likely the most notable new feature, though, is the ability to customize the quick resume. Now that's nice. Users will now be able to disable quick resume for certain games, which will allow them to always launch in their original state and create a better experience. Also, lastly, the last feature they added was a new network quality indicator to the consoles that will provide more details on streaming quality. This option is found in the cloud gaming section of the settings menu and will allow users to better customize how they want their games to perform when being streamed through the cloud. So I like that option. I do like the quick resume option. I think a lot of people have been asking that, given some
What's up,
online
Brian?
games and the way that some games are designed, they just don't really work that well with quick resume. Oftentimes it freezes and you have to restart the game over again. So it kind of defeats the purpose of quick resume. So I do like being able to turn it off. Not just completely, they allow you to turn it off for specific games, which is a huge win for me, I think, out of all the features. But the quality indicator too could be good for cloud streaming, right? If you're one of those gamers that plays everything on the cloud or streams through Twitch, that would be a good setting as well. But lots of new updates. This is, I think, a part of the Asha direction, right? The engineers, the people behind the UI. I saw one in particular, I forgot her name, on Twitter, but basically said there's like a renewed excitement for the Xbox teams, like a renewed, I would say a renewed hope that things are turning in a better direction now. So it feels like the morale there is much higher than it used to be. So it seems like they're more energized to push out stuff like this, more updates to improve the Xbox experience, because overall they need to keep focusing on that, right? Adding new features, adding things that people like, fan feedback. How can they make the total experience better? How can they improve the dashboard, the UI?
I got a
They need to
question.
change it. So
I got a question. Do we have a chat? So when we're playing our video games and the viewers are watching us play, is there any way we can just literally interact with them on our screen? Have we gotten that update yet? It's 2026. I mean, I'm loving all the jingle bell talk, but where is the community aspect in all of this? Are we still lacking a chat room?
Yeah, I think that's a big.
Then all of that stuff doesn't really matter to me. Until
what?
we get us a chat room where we can interact, then we can paint the windows and paint the walls and the roofs. And
I do think
paint
that's
the
a big
doors. Like, it
feature
doesn't
that
make any
needs to be
sense.
added. I also think remote viewing would be cool, to where you could
That's
jump
dope.
in and watch somebody play a game.
That's dope.
Like, that would be another cool feature that they could add. But yeah, no, they've got a long way to go. I'm not saying that this is like the best that we're gonna
to me it's like the tiptoeing about stuff.
Yeah.
It's Microsoft, man. When we're talking about playing and streaming, as soon as I hear the word streaming, bro, it's interactive with your viewers. You can't. It's like right now we're doing the pod, right? What's the pod if we can't see our viewers? It makes no sense, and we can't see them because they're the reason we're here. I don't want to hear about DIRREC gaming and there's no viewers on it. That's just, we got to get to a point, man, where I don't know. I don't know, but I'm just gonna put it like this. Look, y'all, I didn't come here to play today. I'm just gonna let y'all know right now. That's why I'm trying to get them to talk about some topics, man, that's gonna get me going. I already know what's gonna get me going, but I'm gonna see if they can hit it, and so we can get the cooking, man, because the update is the updates. We see it. Listen, I'm not gonna front on you.
That's why
The memory,
start off with
the memory thing. The memory thing. I've already had that, and that's all. That's love, because it's right on your main screen. You just go over there, and it'll show you all the games that you played or have been playing. And if you just want to get right back to those games, that's a good feature. You go right over there and you just go. You don't have to go looking. It's tracked you. So it's kind of like an algorithm method. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, it's kind of like an algorithm method.
That's why I started with that one, because that's kind of like the small minor league news. The big news, I think, and we've talked about this before, about Sony's chase for that Fortnite dream, right? We got some news that Fair Games has basically completely changed the way that the game is going to play. Initially, it was supposed to be a heist type of game, similar to like Hitman and stuff like that. But it seems like they've completely changed directions now, and they've gone to becoming another extraction shooter. And there's
Don't tell me this, Rez.
Another extraction shooter, another one, bro. And on top of that, the QA testers who have been playing the game said there's no fun fact, there's no hook to the game. Like there's nothing that wants you to keep going back to play it. So there's nothing really exciting about the game. Like when at one point is Sony going to learn that these games are just not, they don't hit. They're not, there's too many out there already. There's too much saturation of that genre. Like why would they even let them consider going that direction? Because like there's so many other different types of genres they could explore, different types of games, and they go the extraction route. Makes no sense.
I would have gone Slusher. Fair Games is going to shut down faster than Concord. I don't think.
If Marathon is struggling, like Fair Games is not even going to make it like to the struggle. It's gonna end up like Concord 4, because we know Marathon eventually is going to become Concord 3. But yeah, it's just Sony's just I don't know, man. I know why they're trying to do it, but they're never going to strike gold if they keep going this route. It just doesn't make sense.
Realist is my oldest compadre here, man. Realist knows how long I've been preaching and teaching about you shall not pass, bro. And I told everybody the problem going forward, Realist, if Sony don't get some live service games going, everybody's going to see and witness the struggle of PlayStation. It had nothing to do with having no games. We already know they didn't have no games. The realest one to preach that. We know that Sony don't want no competition, real competition with Microsoft. Big bank takes little bank. We know that PlayStation Plus and PSN is dog crap compared to Game Pass. We know these things. The problem with this is people in the fan base do not want to admit there's a big problem going on with PlayStation. We're going to talk about Xbox too. Don't you worry about that. But right now, since Rez brought that PlayStation topic, I told y'all this was going to be a problem. They have to get some money, rotational money. Wolverine is not going to give them rotational money. I'm sorry to break your legs on that. That's not going to happen. You got to have a live service game. Where they fail is they don't have no experts when it comes to making those type of games. You want to know what their expertise is at? Soap opera, cinematic, realist crying, Rez talking about his birthday, Spartan talking about his little shrimp, and the aquarium type games where you get in your feelings and you go to bed crying over these characters, or you want them to be your girlfriend and boyfriend. Those are the games they master at. When it comes to community gaming, having a blast, they ain't crafting at that. That's why Call of Duty was their bread and butter, and they lost it. Now you start to see the struggle is here. Concord's gone. Marathon is on its way out. Fair Games, it's a disaster over there. It's not, the game is not fun. You try to get people in the industry that what was it, High Guard, fell off. But I'm gonna tell y'all what's not falling off. Let me tell you what's not falling off. That's right. Push square. Facts, fam. I love this from Illy. Facts. Let's push the square button.
As of today, there are only 15,000 players in Marathon.
It's dropping, bro. Every day it's dropping. Now watch this. The game is not fun. And then Realist, I'm gonna let you cook. I know you wanted to say something. This situation, right, that's going on. It's because one, they don't buy games. That is the number one problem. And that's what I'm gonna get to what Realist.
Starfield.
I'm not gonna forget exactly. I'm not gonna forget what Rilla said just a few minutes ago. We're gonna get on all of that.
Talos Ree in the building.
Talos Reed, what's up, baby? Look, they flunk it in the wallet. It's nobody else's fault. Nobody else's fault they're flunking in the wallet. That's their fault. Now, the same problem that's going on with Fair Games is going to be S.O.R.R.O.W.S problem. Matter of fact, give me that wonderful S.O.R.R.O.W.S news. And I'm listening. And this is not a punch to S.O.R.R.O.W.S because really, I'm gonna be honest with you, Rez. When you read that off or you speak that from your head, we're talking about cutscenes here. I don't really care about cutscenes. I mean, but you're not off the hook. This shows something under the rug that I don't think people are really trying to be honest about. So, Resident, bring up the news for S.O.R.R.O.W.S, man, please.
Yeah, so there was some articles that came out about S.O.R.R.O.W.S. It's the new game from House Marquee. You know them from Returnal. Basically, they said that it's going to have key story cinematics in different areas of the game that might drop to 30 FPS to prioritize high quality, high resolution visuals, lighting, and processing, because they're going to be using the updated Pisser 2 on the Pro. So basically, they're saying that the gameplay in most areas is locked at 60, but there are some more intense sequences that run down to 30, and then the cinematics run at 30.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You just wait a minute. Hold on. If I'm hearing you right, you're telling me that the game doesn't run locked 60 frames? Is that what you're telling me? Where are you reading that from?
Not for just here. Let me get the article.
Yeah, throw it in the chat, Pat, if you can.
Yeah, right here.
We don't want nobody to know. We don't want nobody thinking you're lying, Rez.
I'm posting it now.
All right.
Hopefully it'll let me. Sometimes it doesn't let me. No, it won't let me.
That's all good. What you can send it to me. You can send it to me, and I can put it
private.
in there.
See if they'll let me put in the private. There you go.
All right.
Yeah, Yahoo and Yahoo Tech, and I think there was one other MSN. Both did articles about the game.
Okay. That's fine.
Now,
okay.
We know S.O.R.R.O.W.S is not going to move heavy numbers. If Returnal didn't, their game on the PS4 really didn't move that heavy of numbers. They're usually like single digit. Like I think Returnal ended up around 2 million. So I don't see this game. I mean, even with Rahul in the game, I just don't see it pulling, really big sales for Sony. And they know that. They know that they can't rely on their soap opera games anymore. There's a couple outliers, but like those outliers are typically not even their IP. Like Sony,
there
like
you go.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is their biggest game, and it's not theirs.
Spider-Man, it's not because it's a Sony IP. Same thing for Wolverine. If Wolverine does well, it's going to be because it's Wolverine, not because it's Sony. And I don't think it's going to do as well as Spider-Man. I think it's going to probably do maybe 5 million, maybe 10. That's pushing it. I'm going to say 5 to 8 million if I had to guess. But that's not enough for Sony, not for their ROI. I mean, they spend hundreds of millions of dollars on these Marvel games, and then they have more investments and more developers and games they have to fund. So really, all that money is just getting funneled right back into it, and they're not really they're getting a profit, but it's not really helping them in the long run because that's why they need that live service game.
Right. Yeah. So back to S.O.R.R.O.W.S, right? You're exactly right. Back to S.O.R.R.O.W.S. So you're telling me that the game
it'll probably be a decent game. I just don't think it's a niche game. It's not a well-known popular game.
No, look, nobody knows anything. It's for one, they're not even talking about the game. Second, here's the thing. You're telling me that the PlayStation 5 basically and the PlayStation 5 Pro are basically the same damn game, except for some lighting effects, some better detail.
In an actor, and a new a high profile actor. I mean, but that's
what?
That's not enough. Yeah.
Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me I go and buy a PlayStation 5 Pro just to get another voice actor in the game?
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a British
30
voice
to 60
actor.
frames.
Hello, mate.
Unstable frame rate where it's going to crash.
For an extra $80.
That's what Sony games do, crash and burn.
You get a third voice for free for $80.
S.O.R.R.O.W.S is the new Gotti. Just kidding.
The Me, Myself, and I package for $80. You get 3 voices in one.
Right,
You're
Spartan. This
saying
is
that,
what we're
but you
doing.
know, realists will probably buy it on Steam. I'm just kidding, buddy.
Yeah. They say you really say I'll buy when it's $5.
Oh,
You know how they do.
$10.
Right. I'll buy when it's $5. I'll buy when it's on sale. That's really. I'll buy when it's on sale. But you know what? Yeah, man. Look.
I'm
Next
just
topic.
grateful to be an Xbox fan, man. That's
Next
all I'm
topic.
I'm excited for S.O.R.R.O.W.S. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, next topic. You just destroyed me off. Because listen, I didn't even know that. I didn't even read too much into it. So what you're telling me, that's why I'm acting the way I'm acting. Like, really? I'm serious too. I did not even read into it like that because I already know the verdict of this game. Listen, y'all, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Stop listening to donkeys, man. Stop. And we're going to talk about all of this stuff. We're not in no hurry. We're doing a bonus show today. We're going to talk about Metro 2039. But listen, you have to understand that it's big talk, small wallet over there. They average 1 game a year, people. Listen, this is going to be the tightest year ever. Going back to what my man said earlier in the chat pack, when he talked about Forza and State of Decay, don't even worry about that, famo, because here's what's blocking them. Here's what's blocking them. They got 2 choices to make. Grand Theft Auto 6 or Wolverine. They're not going to be worrying about our games. That was my answer to realists. Realists, we're not even going to co-sign anything
They're not even going to
ever
buy
again.
those games. They're just going to play Grand Theft Auto.
We're not co-signing any. I'm going back, bro. Look, I'm going back to the real OG. That like Asha said. So I'm going back. Put my mentality back that way. Okay, we ain't putting no more games over there. We just gonna slowly start fish reeling them back. You know why? Because it's obvious. They're not even buying our games. The reason, now look, Realist was right. Forza Horizon 5 or the Forza Horizon series is a wholly entire different beast. It's transcended. A lot of games don't make it like that. I'm not caring about a racer game. I'm really not. There's certain games that make sense to do that with. Forza Horizon has grown,
Forza's the exception. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the exception. So I'm not worried about that because they're willing to buy that game. Look, you look at it like this, fam. Look at it like this. Let them buy that game because they're going to ensure our greatness. You see how silly and folly and the malarkey of that community is when they always saying Xbox is dead? No, it's not. As long as PlayStation 5 fans are alive and well, Xbox is going to thrive. Because they're slowly waking up that PlayStation platforms just getting pimped out. They're slowly waking up to it. But here's the thing. We said it. You're going to put your games on that platform, right? Outside of Forza, Horizon. And we're going to sit here and play along with that and act like that's going to be something big. We're not. We're smarter than that. We've been out here. We know that community. This ain't a PR trick. This ain't marketing. This is real gaming. This is real gaming effect over here. We don't do that stuff over here. All right? This ain't us trying to sell merch to you. I'm not trying to sell no merch to you. We grown ass men over here. I'm not trying to get you to walk around with Di-RRec gaming t-shirts. I'm not trying to sell you underwear. Bro, go buy your own t-shirt underwear. You got a job? Bro, we're trying to talk gaming to you. That's all we're doing over here. We don't care about all the politics, bro. We don't care about none of that. I'm not trying to draw for you. None of that. Yeah, yo, you know what? Yo, my man, yes, right. Look, Famo, exact. Okay, famo. I don't know if you wasn't in the chat a couple of shows ago, but I said this. So my question, Yasi, is this. Yas, is this. The top Xbox games remain multi, right? Now, this doesn't affect me because you got to realize the games that he's naming. Watch this, just said they were already multi, right? Every game that you just mentioned, except for Forza Horizon 6, was already multi before Microsoft bought them. So let's name them. Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, Fallout 5, and Minecraft. And let's not forget, you forgot the other ones, Diablo, and what was the other one? Sea of Thieves,
Sea of Thieves,
right?
yep.
So we're looking at eight of these. And I could be, on top of Candy Crush. On top of Candy Crush as their mobile, right? And let's not forget Call of Duty Mobile. So there's 10 games. Y'all said, I'm saying your name different ways because I don't know how to pronounce it. But that's not a shot at you, my brother. You know I love you, man. Look, how many more games does Xbox need to put multi-plat on other consoles? We got. Look at that list right there. That's enough. There's your engine. See, there's your beast. There's your monster. And for everybody that goes in there buying those games, it's generating games like Gears of War E-Day. Gears of War E-Day is the game that needs to stay on Xbox. That's going to be the time of tell right there. Like I said, we're talking about changes. We're talking about big changes. All right. Okay. That's why I love this move with Metro. This is a big partnership deal. So the only thing I can think of that's going to shake it up is Game Pass Ultimate. If you subscribe to Game Pass Ultimate, you get that day one. That'll be a big shaker, because I'm going to tell y'all something. There's nobody on this panel that's going to debate with me about the impact of Grand Theft Auto 6, okay? So you got to realize something. PlayStation fans will give up everything for Grand Theft Auto 6 for a third-party game. See, this is the year I told y'all where they're going to hit their brick hypocrisy wall. Nobody cares about sorrows, bro. Sony sees this. That's why they push the games up. Rain, they pushed the games up. Wolverine was in late October, sometime November type release date. They pushed this game up to the summertime. We know why. They scared of Grand Theft Auto. Yo, they was out here. Now they out here. You know how they like to do since they see that Sony played their weekend. So they always want to come out here and try to give Microsoft the same hand. Nah, Microsoft came out and said, nah, Fable's coming out on this release date. It's coming out this fall or winter. We're not reversing it. Because they got Game Pass. They know there's 40-something million people that will engage on that game. See? They know that. That's big dollars. What it took 7 years, they done reached 40 million. They done got into the 40 million sector with PlayStation Plus, and it took them 8 years less than
Box
that.
says, so Helix can play mobile games? Yes, yeah, it will.
It will
play everything.
It'll be able to play anything. Right. Now look, when you think about this impact, right? The games are getting crammy. Like I said, the games are getting crammy. Fable, Forza Horizon 6, Gears of War E-Day are all going to flourish on Xbox. Shout out to my man J Mac. They're all going to flourish on Xbox.
Great
You know
beer
why?
in the building. What up, J
Because
Mac?
the Xbox fans have their own games to play. Now, mind you, that's not to take away. Mind you, that's not to take away the impact that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to do. But when you're not playing Grand Theft Auto 6, when you take a break from it, Xbox is going to be the platform that's going to have this plethora of other titles for you to play. We're going to have a 30-minute deep dive on Gears of War E-Day. 30-minute. E-Day couldn't come out no better. It couldn't come out no better. The Xbox community is going to play that game. They're going to play Forza. They're going to play Fable. We're going to play our games. You don't have to worry about that. But there's a certainty, and I'm here to say it. There is a certainty that the PlayStation fans won't. They're not. I told you, they didn't even want. They're not. And then Starfield came out. And there goes another one. Bro, let me tell y'all what this all is, man. And this is why I say what I say. It's not about a console wars. I know what a real console war is. This ain't that. This is truth over feelings. Yo, who's feeding shrimp? Is that Spartan or is that Rez? Who's out here feeding shrimp or something?
No shrimps for me, man. I'm silent here.
What's that noise? Like y'all out there ice skating or something, man?
Oh, the fan?
Man, turn that fan off.
Y'all just go on mute. My bad.
Yeah, you go on mute, man. You want them to
It's
be
for
hot.
that greenery. Just get the exhaust out of the chimney. My bad. I'll go on mute. Spartan too much right now.
Look, they don't want none of that. Just like Realist was saying, they don't want no smoke from nobody. Let's don't get it twisted about anything. They don't want no smoke with nobody, so they reflect that on their platform. They're not spenders. They're not big spenders. They're not. All they care about, y'all, when it comes to these Xbox games is brag in the bag. That's all this Xbox, whoever is responsible, whoever's brilliant idea was to start putting their games on PlayStation, it was just feeding their brag. That's all it was. We knew already they weren't going to do what they said they were going to do because I told y'all, whatever they say, the reality is going to be the opposite. Whatever they say, it's always the opposite. They're walking L's. Nobody takes the PlayStation community seriously. And what's killing it is that now it's in the light. Now what I've been saying is just flourishing. So what does the media and everybody got to do? Start playing like they don't see it. Okay. Watch sorrows flop. Watch. It's not that I wanted to. I don't care. I don't have a PlayStation. Just watch it flop. What do you want me to do? Lie? See, this is something that DIRREC Gaming won't do. I'm not gonna pander your feelings, bro. I'm not here to play the devil's advocate. I'm not receiving anything. I don't get prizes and hoodies and shirts. I don't have to worry about none of that. But you know what you will get from DIRREC Gaming? You'll get some codes. We'll send you some games. We just had a first time follower come up in here who had a newborn son. We gifted him a game. He's going to be a proud father. And shout out to all the proud fathers out here. The number one father on this show is Realist, man. He's always at a baseball game, or he's always somewhere with his children.
The real one, for sure.
The real one, bro. And he still makes time to come up on here. Shout out to Techno Blast, my other partner, my other great father. Shout out to the great fathers in the Xbox community, J Max and them, that are reared up some good. And I'm not even gonna say about my son, because all my son want to do is come in here and ask me for a damn Grand Theft Auto 5 online and 2K stuff. So I'm not even gonna bring him up. But I'm just saying, y'all, to the great fathers out here, man, to people out here that put their time in.
You bought it for him though, so that makes you a great dad.
I bought it for $5, man.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
took my rewards
It
and
don't
bought
matter,
it.
bro. You bought it. See, even though it went against every fiber of your being,
It did, bro.
You grown. Be like, you want to buy this 20-year-old game? Why? You
I
still
just
bought
couldn't.
it.
I
You
had
still
to,
bought
man.
it.
And
And
you want to know why?
I gotta give props to. I gotta give props to for Kratos.
Shout out to
making me a better
Jago.
father.
Yeah. Yeah, you know. I gave it to him, man. He don't ask for nothing but 2 games a year, you know. If that. It's just 2K all the way with him, man.
I mean, you need
So
to get that boy a Game Pass.
he has it. He has everything I got.
That don't mean he's using it. If you want to
He
just play
don't
that
use it,
stuff.
bro. He's got Game Pass. He's got all those games. He sees them. And you know what he'll tell me? I don't know what to play.
See, we'll be gone, but eventually, man, it's like gaming industry is gonna be somebody they're gonna move from trying to replace Fortnite to trying to replace Roblox. Because everybody, like all these kids, they want to play Roblox.
Now, y'all listening to Realist? Because this is one of these shows. I don't think nobody listening, right? So we got to get to this atmosphere, right? If we're going to talk about getting back to Xbox, now we getting back on something real now. We're going to get back to getting back to Xbox. We're going to have to change the way we're going about everything. We can't just sit back and look at Asha and say Asha needs to change some stuff up in the Xbox realm of things. Nah, it's got to change down here too. It's got to change everywhere. See,
Yeah,
one
well,
thing about us is
that's where I'm going to jump in and give you your flowers. Remember how you talked about it? I think at least since last year, maybe even before then. I can't remember, but you've always talked about returning to the foundation, right? Returning to the core of Xbox, and that's the hardware, right? They took too much focus off of what got them started, and they started shifting too much more onto their multi-platform strategy, their cloud, and more into PC, instead of focusing on Xbox too. And I think that's a big part of what Asha has been saying lately. There was actually a memo that was leaked recently, and there was some more information that came out from the memo. She talked about returning to the foundation. See, returning to the foundation of Xbox. She's reevaluating the Game Pass tiers and day one releases. A key thing that she wants for Xbox in the future is simplification and clarity, making easier to understand for players while strengthening its identity across consoles, PC, and cloud gaming. She also highlighted the importance of creators and developers, putting them at the central to Xbox's growth, alongside a renewed focus on delivering consistent, high-quality player experiences. But she did also mention that, Xbox as the hardware is at its core, where it begins, and where they need to realize that that's important too. And I think they lost sight of that. And I want to give you your flowers, because you've always said that that's always been the number one thing, and they just can't kind of seem to lost their way with that. So it seems like she gets the idea. I think she's receiving a lot of feedback. A lot of fans are saying similar things, I'm sure. But how does it feel to know that you were on the right track, and that the new CEO is basically backing up what you've been saying for the last 2 or 3 years?
it feels great, man. It really does. It feels like, that it was simple to me, right? I always talked about the expansion of Xbox. I put the X before all my words. I started all of this. I started this trend. I'm not a follower, bro. I don't look at what everybody else is doing and try to do the same stuff. That's boring, bro. I don't go. I'm not part of the formula. I'm the chemist. So I don't do the byproduct. I make stuff happen. You see what I'm saying? And everybody here that's been along with us, you know what I'm saying? They help grow this thing called Di-RRec game. Like I told y'all, when I see people like the J Max and the J Goes and the other Zincs,
That's right, Ray G4.
those are the people, man, that make me feel the best, because they've been here the longest. And they can judge what we're about. I will listen to their judgment before I listen to just any random gamer, right? That 360 feeling, yeah, that's right. See, there's a language out here. And you gotta understand, I understand exactly what Rangy 4 is talking about. And if you really understood that, the 360 wasn't even about big exclusives. We wasn't even talking about exclusives like that. We wasn't even talking like that, because we had great games to play. We had a way to where we could compare these great games. Nobody was talking about anything else. Nobody. Nobody cared. If you wanted to play a game, you knew what you had to do. There was no crying. There wasn't no easy way out. It's like Rocky 3, right? There's no easy ways out. There's no shortcuts home. What are we doing out here? We trying to kumbaya. We trying to kumbaya a competitive culture in console space. There's no kumbaya here. You see, it's not working. Nobody cares. People pick a side. They've always done it.
Yobi
All
in the
these,
building.
you get these weirdos coming out here. What's up, Lil Jerry? You get these weirdos out here talking about I own everything. Nobody cares what you own. You're not playing everything. Okay, I own everything. Okay. So why is that dusty? Why is that dusty? And why is that dusty? Nobody send them. They don't make enough games for you to play. You know, if you play everything that's on every console, you broke. Somebody's buying you those video games. You sitting at your house with your mammy and your pappy. You eating breakfast with them. That's what you're doing. You don't even have a job. Nobody realistically plays all these games. I don't care what you own. I don't care. Owning and playing is two different things. This whole misconception of everything, this whole atmosphere that has been created for the gaming space is a mess, dude. It's a mess. We think that YouTubers are gamers. YouTubers are not gamers. They're YouTubers. They're YouTubers. A gamer don't get paid. A professional gamer gets paid. Do you see any of these YouTubers at these pro level events? Anybody? Raise your hand. Who you see out here putting in work in these professional streets out here? Nobody. Ain't nobody playing no professional game nowhere. Let alone even if they're not even on wherever they're at, ranked number one. You don't even hear them talking about, yeah, I'm in the high levels. I play this game. Bro, come on, bro. We've traded the culture. The problem with the Xbox community is not its real fans, because they don't even listen to their real fans. They don't even listen to the real fans. That's why I said, hey, man, we need to find a way. I don't know what it is, but Microsoft has the resources, right? Where they can put up a Discord, some kind of, I don't care if it's a Twitter page, whatever. Create something where the real Xbox fans have a voice and they can tell you what they feel, because it's them who's buying your games. They're buying them. We don't see nobody giving back to anybody. Nobody. Yo, Yobi, yo, Patrox, where do you see any of these YouTubers, where you see them flooding the Xbox streets lively and putting out codes and putting out video games? And where you see that at? Yeah, I'm not talking about I'm not talking about every once a month type thing. I'm talking about making that a culture. That's not even a culture. There you go, Yobi. And Yobi goes all over the place. That's why I asked him. He says nope. Right here, nope. So basically, the community of Xbox is takers. We're not givers, we're takers. So you're wondering why nothing is happening, right? Because it's a bunch of takers. Everybody wants you doing something for them. There's no humbleness. There's no humbleness, and Xbox was built off of humbleness. Remember what Bill Gates said in the very beginning. I don't care if they buy, I don't care about the console if they buy the console. I want them to buy the service. Well, we can put up stands and they can just come and get the Xbox, put them in their homes. I just want it in their homes. Because Big Bank can talk like that. The problem is Xbox wanted to become like everybody else, like the Israelites did in the Bible. Here you got a God that speaks to you, and the world's got up these fake gods that don't even speak to them. And yet then the Israelites want to be like the rest of the world and get a man to rule over them. Now we complaining. Yeah, the God that gave you everything you needed, that ain't good enough. The Xbox so-called community wants to look like the other side. Remember back in the day, Yobi? We were the lords of the shooters. They called us the shooter box. You want to know why Microsoft made it this long with only 5 studios? Because out of those 5 studios, they made legendary games that still to this day are tidal wave titles. Still to this day, there's nothing like it. The longevity of them games, nothing like them. But what did they started doing when they started infiltrating? When these centaurs found the way to infiltrate the influence, and it started on YouTube. We know who these clowns are. We know where they came from. They just picked Xbox to try to build their platform. They didn't really care about the community, bro. They ain't gamers. I know for a fact. I played against some of them. It's hilarious. It's hilarious, dude. These dudes suck at gaming. But you put a big mic in their mouth, ooh, 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 ooh. You shove a mouth down their mouth, deep throat that mic, ooh, they got a lot to say. They got a lot to say when you shove that mic down their throat. They got a lot to say. But when it comes to gaming, don't know nothing about gaming, bro. They don't go to no events for gaming and put their hands on nothing and nothing like that, bro. And that's what plagued. And then you got these low self-esteem Xbox fans who think it's cool, right? The Xbox community was built off of leadership. We went out here standing on 10 toes, bro. We got these little follower Xbox fans that's who they obtain their channels with. They got, oh, you know what? I own this too. That's not the true identity of Xbox building. The Xbox building is built off of its cool fans, bro. You start mixing that wine, that old wine with that new wine, doesn't work. And when they started doing that, they found out who really pays attention to them. They started to realize, damn, it's more PlayStation fans online who care to just listen than it is Xbox fans. Why? Because Xbox fans are playing video games. They're not online listening to you. That's why. So they started gravitating to the PlayStation fans, claiming to be Xbox guys. And the whole energy, like Yobi said, and the whole energy changed, and it sucks like shit. Facts. And now you got another era of gamers who come in, and they don't know who's who. You got all these people out. The PR of Xbox, I don't understand them for the life of me. They don't even do their research. They don't even know who they deal with, bro. They don't even know who they deal with. And listen, and I'm not here to judge, but I'm gonna say this. Everything that they've done, what has it done for the industry? Nothing. Nothing. The industry is unhealthy. So if this stuff was working, we wouldn't be talking about this right now. Wouldn't be talking about it. If all this stuff was working, it's not working. You got to get back to us. Look, Yobi, I wear this. Yo, I look fly in it. I go all black, bro. I make this look good. I can go outside and go find me a female wearing this, bro. These goofy clowns couldn't get no female wearing no merch. Famo, look. I can go to the D-Town with this on and sell Game Pass and might get an Xbox Series S sold. I can go up against them and irritate somebody, but I bet you what, when I'm done, they looking at Xbox totally different. They considering my buying one. But guess what? You gotta lie to me to sell me a PlayStation. Like I've always said, you try to sell me a PlayStation, you gotta lie to me. Because you gotta fake it out. You gotta fake it to make it to sell a PlayStation. Gotta fake it. And now look at it. Look at it today. It can't even cover itself up. It can't cover itself anymore. The perception is slowly cracking. PlayStation is not the place where gamers go and play their games. The world does not play PlayStation games, like I said. They don't. They don't. Now, they can't even put out games and they last. So guess what? It's Xbox time. I told you, it only lasts about 30 years, bro. It's a revolving cycle. 30 years. See, y'all don't even do y'all's research. Every 30 years, something else comes along, bro. PlayStation's on its bye-bye tour. And a lot of these clowns, stop listening to them because they ain't going to do nothing but let you down. When I said they're all going to fail you, I meant that. They're all going to fail you. It's Xbox time. The only thing Xbox can do now is step on 1,000 rakes, kill itself off. And I mean it. If the Xbox community doesn't start saying what it really needs and doesn't start saying the truth, this could be the last spin around for Xbox. And I mean it. And I love Xbox. But we can't keep making the same mistakes. We can't keep doing the same thing. That's insanity. Oh, you know what? We got new leadership. Oh, you know what? Doing the same shit. What? That ain't gonna change nothing. Get away from it all. Strip everything. Go back to the ground. Start putting out little events. And all across America, go find your real Xbox fans. Go find them. They're not just at Xbox Fan Fest. They're all over the place. Go find them. Go find them. Because they're not doing no events. They're not going to do no events. Go do what you do best. Put your stuff in GameStop. That's a good place to market your stuff. Put a little event up there. Let people see what's coming. Put your stuff back in Walmart. Put the countdown back down in Walmart. I remember when Gears of War 3 was coming and Walmart had the countdown in there. And every time you went down the electronic aisle, you saw that big countdown. Gears of War 3 was coming. Got everybody hyped. The whole Xbox squads came around Walmart. We was all talking in the hallways, man. Like, we can't wait for this game to come out, bro. That's the real Xbox fans. That's the core. You ain't gonna find social media is not real. It's not real. 90% of the people on social media were never the ones that were talking in the first place in the reality form. Social media gave these clowns a way to talk now. That's it. When you would have otherwise not even heard a peep from these mics. Now they got the loudest mouths out here because they're comfortable in their little bedroom. When they walk outside, they just as quiet as a mouse, bro. They weirdos. They're a bunch of weirdos, bro. But when they're in their clothes in their room, they tough guys. It's facts. They wallets are short. All they do is hate on Xbox. Xbox can't be dead, bro. Y'all sound stupid out here. Xbox is still here. Y'all been saying Xbox is dead for 15 years, bro. Still here. And it's going to outlast PlayStation. You heard it right here on Di-RRec Gaming. Sony's money's continually slipping through the cracks. They're gonna tell Cygnus just when they made some money. And Cygnus will run with that. Oh, look, they made 100 million, but he don't realize 90 million seep through the cracks somewhere. They ain't telling them that. So people like Cygnus stays in their perception. So when all of this hits the fan, people like Cygnus gonna be in shock. But they said this. Because one thing I ain't never did to Cygnus, I ain't never lied to him. Cygnus goes where he can be lied to. But I ain't lied to no donkey. I ain't lied to no PlayStation fan. I don't lie to them. They gonna see I told them the truth. In the end, come get you an Xbox. All that talk guys to tell us there's no need to get an Xbox, get a PC. Don't worry. Next generation, we're gonna take your advice. Don't worry. Sony is totally dependent on PlayStation. That's a lot of pressure on PlayStation. Exactly. And that's pressure that PlayStation cannot hold, bro. J-Mac, that's exactly right. They can't hold this pressure up. You cannot be in your right mind thinking that all these games flopping and PlayStation's in good hands. You can't. They don't even know what to do. Because the only thing they know, they gotta make a God of War because they gotta try to keep these fans happy and they generate money. We gotta do this and we gotta do that. But we know the true heart of Sony. We know the true heart of them. The true heart of them is saying we need to get those free-to-play or those live service games out. And they're not going to get a free-to-play until those live service games are successful. We know Patrox where the damn heart of Sony's at. They know. They're worried about the price of the PlayStation 6 and they ain't even began building it yet. They're worried because they're looking at the metrics saying, damn, we can't even get them to spend nothing expensive. We put a portal out here and they barely buy that. That's at $150 and they don't even buy that shit. They don't even know what to do with them. If the PlayStation 6 is, if the PlayStation 6 comes out and it's $899, they won't buy it. It's too expensive for them. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. You think the PlayStation 4 fans didn't migrate to PlayStation 5? Let that PlayStation 6 be $899.99. Watch what happens. You might see the fall of PlayStation next generation as well. But the problems will be different. The PlayStation 6 can fall because it's just too expensive for them pockets. Xbox is gonna fall because they didn't believe in their core fans. That's the difference. That's the difference. Nobody can talk Xbox better than its core fans. Nobody. There's not a YouTuber on this earth that can talk better than Xbox's core fans. Period. There's not a better green movement. Start sending some Xboxes down on the streets. Show that you gave 5 random people Xboxes. The real Xbox fans love to see that because they can relate to that. They can relate to that. They don't ask, they support. We don't ask for nothing. We don't go around with our hands open. We're not affiliating nothing. We're not. We just like what we like. We like to get in here and talk what we like and form a community and keep going. There's not one bad Xbox community out here. An Xbox community is an Xbox community. Shed some light on them. It doesn't matter if they big or tall. Bring them together. Bring everybody together. Bring everybody. You're going to know. You're going to know then who your real ones are when you bring everybody together. That's my dare. Because if they don't figure out a way how to change this atmosphere, it ain't going to work. Because it ain't working yet. It still ain't working. Your biggest influencers are your own core fans. That's your biggest influencers. Shout outs to those that influence right. I don't have a problem with influencers. I don't have a problem with shout outs to those that do it right. Shout outs to those. Shout outs to those that give. I'm not impressed with takers. I'm impressed with givers. It's better to give than it is to receive. We need to see some more giving because that's what made Xbox. Our atmosphere is different from any other platform.
J-Max says PlayStation no longer has a single player foundation. They've never learned how to do any other genre, and now they struggle because of it. Facts.
Yeah. You see how Sigma said Wolverine? Poor
So
kid. He
Cygnus
doesn't.
Wolverine's not a Sony IP.
It's
That's
not a
different.
Sony IP. That it's sad. It's sad what y'all have become. Because he's holding his chest out. Wolverine. That's Marvel, man. That's not PlayStation. That's Marvel. Wolverine ain't gonna have no multiplayer. Wolverine ain't gonna have no
It'll be
live
popular
service
because it's a
feature.
Wolverine game, not a PlayStation game.
It's not gonna happen. It won't save Sony. It's just I'm not gonna knock it. Have fun. If it comes out on PC, I'm gonna play it. But I'm not in a rush to go play a Wolverine game.
It'll be on PC, man.
Right. I'm
It'll
not
be
in
the
a.
first game
Go
on the
ahead, Rick. Go
PlayStation
ahead, Reels.
launcher.
Go ahead, Reels.
No, I'm just saying it'll be on PC. It'll be the first game on the PlayStation launcher.
We're gonna hold you to it.
You can look. I could be wrong, but I would bet that I'm right though.
All right.
I take bets from dudes like Cygnus, but no, like I don't know how many times I gotta say this, man. They don't have the bankable IP. Hiroki Totoki came out and said it. Look, I listen to y'all talk about some of these games. Some of the games are good, right?
Yeah.
Returnal was a good game. It's just that it's on the wrong platform. And then by the time they bring it to the right platform, nobody cares anymore. There's
Yeah.
always going to be 5 games to replace your one game that you think is special by keeping it away from other platforms. There's always, like, even when it came to Forza, Forza is the best. But when it wasn't on PC, you still had a Assetto Corsa. You still had
Formula
whether
One. You're
whether
right.
you
Keep
like whether
talking.
you like it whether you like it or not. You had your Need for Speed games.
Keep
Uh,
cooking.
hell, I don't play it anymore, but even Asphalt, right? There are other games to play. It doesn't matter what's better. Nobody's really looking to go out there and spend, especially now that the consoles. Because I went to Target yesterday, and the prices have really changed. People really did go out and clean those PlayStations out.
Did you just say Target?
But
Yeah.
yeah, y'all do y'all have Targets? in
I
Canada.
knew what
You
he was
have
talking about. Yeah,
do
I
you
I
know what
have
he
do
talking
you
love
have
about.
the way that you said that.
Yeah,
That's
he's
all I
stupid,
gotta
boy. He
say. I
clowning right
love
now.
that one. I know
look
it's Target, but it's the Target in French. I
That's a
love it.
Texas thing, man. It's a Texas thing, baby.
I
look
just
look
went
back
there
in the
3 days ago.
because look back in the day, man. Uh, Walmart was the value place, and Target was the place where everything was expensive, and so people said it was fancy, and they started calling it Target. Now they're pretty much on par with each other as far as prices are concerned. Target still has the better service. So anyway, yeah, get back to the topic. They don't have the games that people actually want to play, and I've been saying this. I've been saying this. PlayStation fans don't like it when I say it. Xbox fans are afraid to say it. I don't know why. It's
I don't
like
know why.
it, when they bring out a game, Marathon is not a bad game, bro. It's just not doing anything different. They've already
Facts.
they PlayStation is late again.
Facts.
Why is Fair Games converting to an extraction versus a payday
I'll tell you
knockoff?
why. I'll tell you why.
Well, I can tell you the payday failed.
Copy and
And
paste, bro. We've been saying this for hundreds of millions of years. Copy and paste. PlayStation is nothing but a, oh, let me see what they're doing over there. Okay, let's stick to that memo. And they create a game. Look at Ghost of Yote. That's nothing but Assassin's Creed Shadows. I mean, absolute Assassin's Creed Shadows. Keep going, realist. That's the problem. And people don't want to say this because, is it, bro, listen, I don't have time for your feelings, bro. The time to act like we don't understand what's going on. That's the problem with Soros. They're over here trying to make you, they're trying to sell a PlayStation 5 Pro. Look at all the articles. They don't even mention PlayStation 5 because they're trying to sell the Pro version because it has better lighting. But the Pro is giving you the same, it's giving you the same overall experience, but an extra voice actor. Like, bro, is that what we doing in 2026? That's what we doing, Ritless. That's what you telling me. You
well, I
remember it
mean,
used to be skins, Realist. Remember
mhm.
that? Used to be skins.
Mm.
You know, I used to get on Gears, man. My son, when I was on Gears 3, and he was little. And my son used to watch me, man. And I said, you know what? He said, Dad, why don't you ever have colors on your guns? I said, I don't need colors on my guns. He said, but everybody else has colors on their guns. And I said, yeah, but watch how everybody else die. I was teaching my son. Now my son is goofy now. He gets on 2K and Rez knows this. He makes the weirdest basketball character they can make. And you know what? And I come in and you know what I'm saying to him? Bro, why you got your character looking like that? He said, because it makes them mad when I score on them.
Oh,
He's figured it out that it's all psychological. He says, you remember, Dad, when you went back and got with Aaron Griffin and you golded him out and you just stayed that way for years. You didn't even change, stayed that way. He says, I always try to get like that, but I can't. He says, because I gotta change up. You see, you do what fits best for you, right? But he understands the mentality.
No,
He
Sligness, we're
understands the
saying
culture of the
Shadows.
game.
We're saying Yote copied Shadows, not Tsushima.
Right. Ghost of Yote copy Ghost Assassin's Creed Shadow. That's a given. But we already
y'all think that?
Uncharted. Look, Uncharted copied the Assassin's Creed series. Bro, there's nothing
No,
original.
Uncharted copy Tomb Raider.
Was it
Yeah, third
Tomb
copy.
Raider?
Yeah, Tomb
And it
Raider.
was Tomb
Yeah.
Raider too, bro. I
Well, like,
remember that. Hey, there's
but
nothing.
Ghost of Tsushima was basically Assassin's Creed in Japan, right? And so
Yep.
everybody, but look,
No,
everybody's borrowing from everybody. I don't have a problem with the borrowing.
facts.
But the thing that I have a problem with this discourse in the gaming community is that people don't, and even on this side, they don't want to acknowledge the facts. The facts are yes, PlayStation can sell consoles. No, they don't sell games. Yeah, they can get to 20 million copies of certain games. How did they get there?
Right.
Like I don't hold back. Like when Outer Worlds 2,
Bundles.
I mean when
Yep.
Outer Worlds 1 came out with thank you for helping us get to 5 million, like a few months before Outer Worlds 2 came out, that game was 199 on key sites, it was like $5 on
Stop,
Steam,
man. Stop
right?
it.
And so no, seriously, PlayStation can get to 20, right? Remember, Last of Us was 2 was doing so horribly. Next thing you know, oh, they got to 10, right? They put it on sale, right? The when you see Crimson Desert and they say we're at 6 million, we know they sold 6 million of those units at $70, 70 to $99, whatever. I think it was $80. I don't think I paid 100 for the deluxe. So like, there's a difference. There's a reason why a PlayStation fan can come brag about 20 million units sold, but then Jim Ryan comes out and say console is not enough. That they're still closing studios down because they're not selling these games at a cost that is going to bring them the money that they needed to bring. They don't have the IP. Going back to what I was saying earlier, there's nothing that they have that people are really knocking down doors for. People are buying a PlayStation thinking that Call of Duty is only on not Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto is only on PlayStation. I think it was Ice Cube's son. He's like, oh, I love my PlayStation. He's like, me and my boys, man, we just play Grand Theft Auto. We just all get together, we play Grand Theft Auto. It is the casual box. It is the Kleenex of gaming, which is good for them selling consoles, but it's not good for them when it comes time to sell their games, which
The
is why
business.
I
Yeah.
believe it's smart of them, right? Well, I'm going to clown them. I'm going to clown their fans, but it's smart of PlayStation to reduce their output all the way down to one game a year, one big game per year. Why? Because people don't care anyway, right? But they still have to have that perception out there for their hardcore fans because they have probably the most vocal, most delusional hardcore fans. Nintendo is second, and I think we're third as Xbox fans. So let them go out there and do your dirty work. Let them go out there like your Colin Moriarty's and say things like, well, every game that comes out, let's make it a blockbuster. They don't need to release too many games every year. They don't. Really, they don't, but they do, right? Because eventually that type of, but see, now it doesn't matter. Like, you got dudes hyping the fact that PlayStation is the number one platform for a 15-year-old game. That is not good for gaming. It's good that PlayStation can make some money off of that, but it's not good for gaming when you have. This is why I was talking about Roblox earlier. Like, eventually, man, gaming as we know it, I just hope that it doesn't change until I'm done, right? But like, gaming is getting worse for us, for the people who came up playing games, enjoying games, not getting stuck on one game, who the blockbuster generation who were playing different games every weekend, the people who enjoy your Crimson Deserts, the people that enjoy your Mouse PIs. Because think about it, Mouse PI is not gonna knock anything out of the box, but real gamers are gonna engage with that game. Because it seems like every game that I call out, Resident's like, that's a good game. It's like, dang, this dude's playing a lot of games. I think about playing a lot of games. This dude said it was good already, so I'm gonna go ahead and stick with it. But like us, the hardcore community, we play these games, but there's not enough of us. So let PlayStation go sell 100 million consoles, but then only 15 million people out there that actually care about their games, and they don't care about buying them day one. The live service thing, they got to do something because let's just say everything. We don't know what the industry's going to do. Everybody's constantly moving.
It's
Everybody's
raining hard
constantly
out here.
repositioning. Yeah, it's about to rain here too. Everybody's is repositioning their product. What happens if everybody? Let's just say that Xbox goes to PC. I believe eventually PlayStation's going to have to as well, right? Because if you're going to charge $1,000 for a console, people might as well go buy PCs.
Facts.
Xbox is just getting ahead of it, and plus, they getting
I'll
stomped
be
on
honest with you
with
guys.
the console sales. Go
I'd
ahead.
rather buy a PC than a PlayStation 5. I'll be honest. It's more
Of course. Of
optimized. It's
course.
way better.
It ain't better optimized.
More
No,
potency in the graphics. It's
it just ain't better optimized, man. So
it
if you
Yeah,
get
just looks
something,
better. To be honest, I rather
GTA 6 is going to run best on Xbox, Cygnus.
yeah, all my
So it doesn't
facts.
chips.
matter.
If I had a choice, all my chips on Xbox. Why? Because they build games ground up from PC. So they are the expert matters on this case here. Because Xbox One came out, how did they build their games? Through PC, right? So it's the DNA architecture that Xbox has the upper hand in. Aside from the PlayStation's so proprietarized with their Kraken and Crackit software, and they
Nobody's
can't
using
even
that crap though.
yeah, no, they can't even do backwards compatibility. They tried to copy the Xbox One X. Remember, guys, with Kareem Chowdhury, how they did the
Yup.
super sampling and how amazing that was. I popped in Halo 5 there from the Xbox One to the Xbox One X. The optimization and the super sampling were so good. Were so good.
The thing is, man,
One thing
I'm,
that
I'm a,
upset me.
the thing is, I want my games to be fully
No problem.
optimized. Bottom line, that says it all right there. And
You
I don't
deserve
want.
it.
The thing is, the Helix is gonna be where console should have always been in the first place.
As long as
Period.
PlayStation doesn't
Period.
the dog again, here's why. Their hardware is weaker, and when they
I
optimize, they
like
have
him.
to optimize to the lowest form first.
Yeah.
And for us, what do we get? Dog shit graphics because of their console. They sit there and
Yep.
blame the Series S.
Parity.
Sorry,
Yeah, we
Series
get
S.
downgrades because of
We
them.
get downgrades
Yep.
because of this PlayStation
It's true.
BS.
This is why the Helix is so important. This is why.
Series S has more optimization than the PS5. That's how badass it is. With only what 10 gigs of RAM, and it's killing it. More optimized. Yeah, I'll be honest. If these guys want to sit there and play games and optimize PlayStation for PlayStation and do Xbox for Xbox.
See,
They're not a
Spartan. The thing is, man, in order to know what you paid for, right? It's easy. And look, it's just true. In order to know what you paid for, and to know that you're getting everything out of the buck, that game has to be made for that console. That's
I
the
want
only
to
way
see.
That's the only way you're gonna know its full potential. So when the problem is, it's not these consoles. It's the gamers not, like Realist said. It's the gamers not pulling out their performing. They're not
Yeah,
performing with their wallet anymore. There's a
that's
generational gap, right? That I said years ago. I had talks with Game Heroes. I said, man, there's a generational gap. And it's happening on PlayStation now. See, it's already happened on Xbox. But but when it happened on Xbox, it happened on Xbox One. We've already went through it. See, most of us were already in our 20s, early 20s, or late teenage years when we had an Xbox to begin with. So our Xbox went through us doing our marriages or doing the college made Xbox. The lands was in college. Yo, the LAN parties, college kids made that famous. College kids ain't made PlayStation famous. Y'all about to get that deep dive history. See, when PlayStation came out, PlayStation didn't gravitate to people like us. They gravitated to the generation under us. So these kids that were getting PlayStation were like 5 and 6 years old. So you speed it up. Not 2006. Now they're 16 years old. What's that? The PlayStation 3. That's why you get to hear them start talking all this trash. Because now they're like 16, 17, 18 years old. The PlayStation 4 was at their biggest trash talking pivotal point in their generation. They're in their 20s. You get the 21-year-olds to the 25-year-olds now. And they're growing into their, wherever they went to their college. They went to their, they got their marriage going on or their new career. But that's the third generational PlayStation, Yobi. Yo, Chat Pack. By that time, PlayStation had already had 3 generations. When we had Xbox, we went through that time. We had 1 generation. From 2005 from 2000 to 2005. When the 360 was here, we already had our cribs. We were already settled in. That's why you see that indulging number, because our fan base grew. We was right here. Plus, it was cheap. A lot of the PlayStation fans that were coming in, they were looking for the better deal. They were looking for the better deal because they're late teenage, early 20-year-olds. They're just going to go with the better deal. So we got them. We gained another 20 million, 25 million. We gained that. The problem is we didn't keep them. See, Sony knew exactly what to do to get them back. Now you're looking at Now you're looking at PlayStation fans in they mid-30s, early 30s. Life has hit them. Life has hit them. They got a family. The gaming is not their number one thing in life right now. And so they just buying a game here and there. They play 1 or 2 hours on it. You see what I'm saying? And the kids of them are on Fortnite, on Call of Duty, on Roblox. They can't even get them to play God of War and stuff like that. They can't. I will say that about my son. He will play the shit out of some damn Halo and Gears. When it comes out, he be begging me to play with him. He will do that. He will. But a lot of these kids, but he's 14 though. So he's in that mid. So Xbox got a future with him because he's not just stuck on 2K. He knows what it is to play those Assassin's Creed games, some Grand Theft Auto games, the Halos and Gears. He knows. So he can make that adjustment as he grows up. A lot of these kids, they're playing Fortnite. Man, they're like 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, 10 years old. You got another 10 years with them. And that's the problem. Look at General Spartan said, I did some LAN parties with Halo back in the high. It was. Those days were crazy, famo. And we came in with our Xbox, big boys. We didn't come in with, we weren't no tiny tights. We were big boys. You see what I'm saying? So our girlfriends, our wives, they knew what we were about. We didn't look goofy to them. We had they knew what we was about. They married us. You know what I'm saying? They knew what we was about. But see, ain't nobody talking like this, bro. Ain't nobody talking like this. You get this kind of talk here on Di-RRec Gaming. I'm telling you what the problem is. PlayStation has a generational gap problem and a wallet problem. That's their problem. It ain't so much that PlayStation, anybody can get up here and just start hating a brand. It ain't PlayStation garbage, PlayStation. And then it's Sony. It's the way Sony handles PlayStation. You can't, when Microsoft is doing something for people, I can't talk down it like that because they've done for me. I can't talk down it like that. So when I speak from that type of area, I'm speaking from experience. But don't get it twisted. A lot of the things that I got from Microsoft, I had to earn it. Like winning sweepstakes or winning a contest, that's my avenue of getting things. It wasn't like, oh, well, I know who he is and I'm giving him something. I got that from the community. That's why I give back to the community. Because I've gotten things. Most of the things I've gotten are from right here. I got a wrong ally, the most expensive thing that anybody's ever given to me, from this guy right here. That's the kind of brotherhood I got. We don't like to see each other out there. If we get something special, we try to help. We want everybody up here with something. We'll try to help, man. We don't like to see nobody left out. We know what this community is all about. We know if we send you this, we know you're going to play the hell out of it. It don't go in vain. We know these things, so we don't have a problem doing it. We're going to come up with it. We're going to change the culture here on Di-RRec Gaming again. We're going to get back to giving. We're going to set another trend and then watch. If we do this, watch how everybody else start doing it. And then they're going to start trying to act like they were the ones that did it. Nah, we're going to start giving back. We don't have to wait for corporate Microsoft to give back. We as a community can give back. Let's get our community back to giving. Everybody chip in, everybody do it. And you have people out here getting games. The world is going through rough times. I'm not going to sit here and just knock, but it is hard out here for some people. But I've also said, get out here, cut some yards, do whatever you got to do. You a man, right? You a man. Get out here and do something. It's nothing, man. Go out here and get yourself a hustle for $10. If you do that 5 times, 6 times, you got your video game. It's how you look at things. It's how you look at things, right? Yobi said, man, listen, New Legal. My brothers was clowning one of my homies in the community about not having a Switch back then. Sent him and his wife. So I sent him and his wife one as a birthday anniversary gift for the love of gaming, bro. We just sent a random a month ago. We told him, hey, in a month's time, we'll send you some Game Pass Ultimate. We want you. He had a baby. He came in here. We didn't forget him. He came in here just looking for a community. And we made his day. Had a newborn son. He's on his way because we know he's going to be at the house. I remember when I had my son, I was stuck at the house. He ain't going nowhere. Help that man out in the name of gaming, right? This ain't in the name of YouTube. I've been preaching. Listen, man, look. Anybody that knows me knows that this was second to me. This was never my priority, right? It's just we grew to love it, right? We grew a community, right? So we're here. Nobody's complaining. But y'all that know me know where I really would be at. It's what I was telling Rez today. I'm just waiting on that chat to hit on that damn LG, on that LG OLED over here. I want to see a chat section. I'd rather be right there than right here. You see what I'm saying? Because we can interact gaming. I don't want to put a small ass game. I don't want you to see me gaming when I'm talking to you, bro, here on YouTube. I want to talk to you. This is a family community setting. I don't need to prove to you that I'm a gamer. I ain't gotta have things flashing in the background for you. This is about listening. This is listening now. This is speaking truth to you. We don't need no distractions. This is raw and cut. Shouts to Adidas. Look, I'm gonna say the original word for Adidas. Adidas. Shouts to Adidas 20 for the super chat. Salute to you too, brother. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate the generosity. We do. We're gonna let that sit up here for a while, man. We're gonna let that sit for a while. We're gonna let that breathe. And that's all it takes, man. Think about it. If we all got together, right? And we can come up with this. We got enough people day in and day out monthly that can just give $1. $1, bro. $1. And if y'all don't want to do it here, we can easily do it on the Twitch channel because we're buying games. And we don't just buy games here on DIRREC. I didn't build this platform for that. DIRREC gaming, when I'm playing my video game and I put it on Twitch, that's my way of giving back to the devs. That's my way to highlight a game that I think may need to be seen, right? And I've done it in multiple areas, whether it's AAA or whether it's indie. If it's a game that I feel this needs to be looked at, I'll play it. I'll put it on a YouTube channel so that it gets exposed, right? But we can use the Twitch platform. We can come up with something. We can have a Zelle. I'm serious. We can put up a Zelle thing. We can set it up for the X League. This is the X League giveaway, right? And we can put a number to it. We all can come up with this. We can put a number to it, a safe number to it. And we can donate $1, just $1. And I don't want to sound like these, feed the hungry, right?
Famo.
What's up, Famo?
I'm gonna send you an extra Xbox stand that was made out of 3D printing. It's nothing too fancy, and raffle that off.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Now,
over here we give.
And I wouldn't mind sending you a Canadian version of Game Pass because it's only Canada, only region, and then throw it on X and be like, hey, whoever wants it, come get it. Enjoy it. It's a community. We'd like to welcome every single gamer around the world. Come and enjoy with us. We're not stingy. We won't hate on you like PlayStation.
We can do it. As a matter of fact, y'all, look, however we can do it, I don't care. We can just come up with something. I don't care if it's, we can do it on Twitch if we want to. When we do games on Twitch, get over there. Get on the channel. Follow us, man. We've been building it up. We got like 72, 75. We get over 100. We get this thing affiliated. We can start putting something there. We can put it there. And when we get up to $60, $70, there's the game for y'all. We do a little jackpot thing. Boom, somebody wins the game. And somebody's gonna be winning. Somebody gets a free game. and it's $1. It's not hurting none of us.
It's towards the community.
It's not, man. It's not hurting none of us. I'm just saying, I want y'all to think about that. Somebody out there figure something out. We can get this thing going. I'm telling you, I know how beautiful this community is down here. That's why I've always represented it. I'm not out here, bro. Listen, bro. It's not about me, man. I could care less. I got a reality. When I cut this off, I got a reality. This is fun. This ain't reality. This is fun. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to those that think their YouTube channel is their reality. Even I don't care if you got 1 million subscribers, it's not your reality. Everybody knows that. That's not your reality. It's not. Professional basketball players, the basketball court, when they go out there and play basketball for 2.5 hours or the 3 hours if it goes overtime, they even know the basketball court is not their reality. The reality is at home when they go home to their families. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you think. This is all entertainment. It's all for the fun. I don't need nothing from y'all. I don't. I really don't. So when I see something like what Adidas 20 does, it means a lot because it's not really, that's not the intention. I'd rather take that, give it back. But I know what it is. I know what it is. So we don't take it in vain. We're very appreciative. You know, I'm trying to figure out a way to where when y'all do that, it's to y'all. That's what I'm saying. I want to figure out a way we can get a system going and change the whole dynamics of how we do our YouTube channels, man. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, if it wasn't for y'all, there's no YouTube channels. Like I've always said, y'all are the superstars. The viewers are the superstars. It ain't the YouTuber, bro. It ain't. The YouTuber is nothing without y'all. He or she is absolutely nothing. I don't care what I create. I don't care what I create. I can create the most beautiful YouTube page there is. If it ain't y'all on there supporting it, then it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. So I'm trying to figure out something, man. If y'all want that, if y'all are about that, we can come up with something. I'm serious. We can come up. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. We can use Xbox as a way of doing it. We can do the giveaway straight off of Xbox. That way it's safe there. We know where it's at. I mean, we know where it's at. You know, you can send it. I can put it in we can put it in a form of Microsoft points. And everybody will know that nothing's happening to it because we'll make sure we show what's being built. And when we get to a certain number, we'll come back to the community and say, y'all ready for a giveaway? Or what do y'all think? Do we need to save it for another game? Y'all want it to be this game or want it to be? I mean, seriously. It's ways around this stuff. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like we have to be locked down. It's not, man. But there's a way to give back to y'all that I feel needs to happen. There should be an avenue to where the viewers get something out of this, man. Shout out to look at that new member, bro. Beautiful, famo. Welcome home, famo. Spread the word, bro. Look, I'm gonna put it like this. Pause for station identification right now. If you an Xbox fan, make yourself right at home. You came to the right place. If you're a real fan, make yourself right home into the infinite fortress, emerald green gamma ray infused kryptonite with infinite rooms and hallways, bro. Pick your room, get in there, all OLEDs, everything, top of the line monitors, everything. Grab some popcorn. We got some barbecue, seafood, whatever you like. Get you something, man. Sit back, chill out. In the meantime, subscribe to the channel, share the channel, hit that like button. Never miss out on the ones and twos. Yo, because we like to perform. Become a member, bro. Become a part of this society called the X League of Extraordinaires, brother, and never take the X out. All capital X's. It's all green over here. And if the green makes you mad, if being in the Xbox community makes you mad, and you want to talk nothing but negative about the Xbox community, you in the wrong place. I'm just letting you know right now, you in the wrong place. So welcome, bro. Welcome to the family of the X League of Extraordinaires, man. We glad to have you, bro. Y'all make them at home. Make them feel at home, y'all. Y'all know how to do it. Welcome to the Mighty Chat Pack, man. Appreciate you all. So yeah, man, look, it's coming down. It's coming down to the races, right? It's coming down to the races. We're getting what's up, Eternal shout out. We it's coming down to the Eternal shout out. Di-RRec Gaming, we'll be talking gaming behind the scenes so much. Exactly, bro. We do. We do, famo. And Eternal shout out wants to get up on here and get in one of these chairs. I told him, man, just hit me up, man. I'll hit him up. He wants to keep talking. I told him, yeah, it ain't nothing, man. We're built from the streets here. We're built from the gaming streets here. We love it. So yeah, man, look, it's easy. I think Microsoft needs to change the whole landscape, inside and out. Whole strategy needs to be changed over and needs to be started. The foundation needs to start with the core. Okay. However you feel about exclusives and how you feel about multi-plats, fine. But we got to find a common ground. You got to find a common ground to what makes your fans happy. And then, Xbox community, if you get your way, you have to perform out your pocket. You can't be like the donkeys, man, who just say stuff for a brag and then the numbers come out and it don't reflect. We can't be like that no more. We can't be like that. Our community is not a bragging a bad community. We do this. I got Pragmata and I got Mouse PI for hire. We're going to be playing those games. I'm going to be having those games up on Twitch today. If you don't know about the Twitch, it's in my bio. Come on, y'all. 25 more subs. We at 100. We can get the affiliation going. We can build this thing. We want to be able to give back. We want to do something different, man. We want to start a trend. We want to start a trend. So I'm going to be doing that. Look, I'm going to be putting those games up. And if y'all ready for this next special show, if any of y'all got anything to say about how much you looked at that Metro 2039, what your thoughts are, that's going to be the next show for about a good 30 minutes, 35 minutes, and then we're going to get out of here. We're going to get out of here. Anything else y'all want to say? Is there any more topics, man? Because I don't know. I told y'all I was going to cook today.
No, that was it.
That's it, Rash?
Yeah,
Xbox is killing it. Xbox
not
is
this.
killing
too
it.
much news other than go get Pragmata, go try Replaced, go try Mouse PI. Really fun game. There's a lot of games to play right now.
I think I can
Yeah,
squeeze
but
25 more minutes.
You can't buy time.
I was about to
Man,
say
look,
stop,
y'all,
but I'm waiting for the next show.
Yeah, that's right.
Look,
Yeah.
y'all,
Yeah.
I know how to get 25 minutes out of this show. Hey, realist. Hey, realist.
What?
Yo, man, what's your thoughts on what you think Microsoft ought to do?
Look, I ain't gonna take 20 minutes. I mean, man, we talk about this so much though, nigga. Like the thing is man,
I
how
know.
you bring people to your platform?
Come on with it.
You can't.
What do you
mean,
think they should
because
do, man?
there's no exclusive that they have, right? It's like there's no like, and if they did make Call of Duty exclusive, it's gonna cost them money because you're basically forcing people to buy your console and take the risk that they find something else to play.
Things got to make sense. I get
Minecraft,
that. Right.
Minecraft. Like if they made that exclusive, like those are the games that are moving people, right?
Right.
It's not a God of War. Halo used to move people, but it's not the way it used to. So Gears of War can, because I believe Gears of War offers something unique, which is the third person cover shooter, right? We don't have very many of those. I think the last one was Outriders.
Yeah, Outriders. Yep, you're right. A good one.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
I
right.
liked it. You know, it was
Yeah,
in
it was
Game
good.
Pass.
It
I
was
played the
good.
hell out of it.
The other one, Space Marines 2. Those two. You're right.
Okay.
Those two.
Right. Yeah, to say I didn't play that one.
Yeah, those two.
We got
But
too
you're
many.
right.
We got too many games. But like, let's just say, even if you had like a Space Marine, it's not gonna make people go buy an Xbox or a PlayStation. People are buying Xboxes and PlayStation because that's what they've done. And you mentioned it. You touched it. After the PS3 era, Xbox chose to fall on the sword for the industry and start championing DRM. Start championing DRM, kind of like what Ubisoft's done now. Like everybody does not want you to own your games, but Ubisoft was not the ones to go out there and say it. They went out there and said it. Now people are killing them. Xbox went out there to talk about DRM. They were flying high after the PS3, Xbox 360 generation, and they tried to make changes. They tried to, big dog the industry. The people spoke. The industry was complicit. So what made people buy a PlayStation? It was like they had all the games, and Nintendo was on their way out. People thought Nintendo was gonna die. Sega did die. Then here comes PlayStation. PlayStation had everything. So at that point, the DVD player brought all kinds of people to PlayStation. People have been buying PlayStations ever since. And then Xbox decides they want to come in. PlayStation tries to charge 600 and 2000, whenever 99, whenever that was, and people went to Xbox. It was at that point time where Xbox had the opportunity to capture those people and not let them go back over. And they basically gave PlayStation the door, opened the door for PlayStation. They walked right on through it. This is the way you share your games. But even when Xbox had games last generation, PlayStation was still outselling it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The power difference was negligible, but people were still going out to go buy a PlayStation because of the perception out there. So how do you get people to go buy an Xbox? You're gonna have to take away third party games. And
That's what we've been saying.
I think that after the trial, that's not possible. The From the way that Xbox was handled, the concessions that they had to make, it's not feasible for them to go out and buy a Rockstar and say no, you can't have it on PlayStation.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not feasible for them to go out there and buy a 2K or EA. Well, you can't buy EA now, but and then say no, 2K is only on Xbox because like those are the games that people care about.
Right.
Those are and there's no incentive unless Sony pisses them off or Xbox pisses them off for Epic to say no Fortnite on your platform. Epic is basically and just like the way that we got proof of them bullying PlayStation, I'm pretty sure they're bullying Xbox. They're the ones who got Xbox to get free to play paywalls down.
Yep.
It was Epic going at Xbox saying, let's do this, let's do this. PlayStation was like, we don't want to do crossplay. And they say, nah, bitch, no, no, you're doing crossplay. We'll give you
So
50,000. We'll come out, we'll let you know, we'll let everybody we'll make you look good in front of everybody. So
so
Epic's
what do
gonna
you
have their
think?
way.
Right. So what do you think would be a one? So what? I'll narrow it down. What?
Are you gonna ask me again? What can they do? They
No,
can't
I'm gonna
do
ask you.
the
What's one thing that you think? That's what I'm gonna narrow it down. What's one thing that you think that they can do that will draw in? To me, it's easy. The answer is easy to me, but I want to know what you think. One thing that you think they can do that will get people to say, "Damn, look what Xbox doing over there," and man, you know what? I might buy me an Xbox. What do you think they could do?
make Call of Duty exclusive.
Okay, fair enough. You know what I? You know what I say? No,
Make a
no.
good Call of Duty game and make it
Okay,
exclusive.
okay.
Make an undeniable Call of Duty game, not like this Black Ops 7 that came out. A
Yeah,
Call of Duty game.
that did not hit my
Right.
fancy.
No. There's no wrong answer, right? No wrong answer. I'm not looking for a right answer. Here's my answer. Make a damn super great game that nobody knows a damn thing about. Now, the reason why I'm
Brand
saying
new
that, Rev,
Yeah,
IP.
please
reason why,
elaborate. How
the
is that gonna
reason
help if
why,
nobody knows about it?
the reason why I'm saying this to my OGs up here, because that's what made me like Sega. I didn't know anything about Space Harrier. I didn't know anything about Alex the Kid.
Sega was better than Nintendo.
Exactly. I didn't know anything about Sonic the Hedgehog. There was no Sonic the Hedgehog before Sonic the Hedgehog. Never existed. I didn't know nothing about Streets of Rage. Outrun. Well, I didn't know about Outrun. Outrun was in the arcade. Alter Beast. I knew about Alter Beast because it was in the arcade. Shinobi. But those were the arcade. Those were the arcade versions. But I'm talking about those R types. Thunderblade. Didn't know anything about these games. It was because I was playing some games that I didn't know nothing about, on top of the fact they were great. And that's what made me gravitate. For me as a kid growing up, it was me going to school talking about video games that majority of my friends knew nothing about. That was my hype.
Yeah, but
Because
legal.
what's up?
Everybody knows about the biggest game. I understand what you're saying because, like, Phil had to come out and say this about
Got to get
Starfield.
something to gravitate them to.
No, you have to have something that's mass appealing, and you have to see. Like, I'm dumping on PlayStation for trying it because I know it's a fool's errand. But you don't make live service games exclusive. Like
No.
you want what is it? What's that game? Helldivers. That's the biggest one they had. And
Yeah.
then what's the other one that they had? Because like even the Gummy Bears game that's coming
Oh
out,
my God.
it's
Oh
not
my
on
God.
X.
He didn't
It's not
say
gonna be
that.
on. It's not gonna be on Xbox. It's
No.
like it's like the Diablo knockoff that they probably canceled.
I forgot
Right?
about that game.
Fair
You hurt my
fair
head.
fair games is not gonna be on all platforms. But if they somehow were able to get something like a Fortnite that had similar, not even, good enough success, then it works for them. But the problem with that is Fortnite is what it is because it was everywhere. PUBG is what it is because it was in China somewhere. Everybody was playing it in China. So but PlayStation's scared now. They want to kind of be hesitant about PC. They need to be on PC. They need to actually make something that you've tried to appeal to the West. Try to appeal to the East. Well, back to Xbox. Xbox would have to do something like make a game exclusive, right? Um, but it makes no sense to do that. So that's Xbox's problem. So how do you
Why?
get rid of how do you get
Why?
rid of why is what? What are you saying
Why?
why is
Why
what?
doesn't it make it sense? Why? Your
To make
logic.
it
What do you
to make
think?
it to make it exclusive
Right.
service games?
No. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I just
Like
thought you talking about an exclusive game in general. Okay. No. No. I'm with you.
no, 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 no,
Okay.
no. See the problem, and it's another thing. I'm
I got you.
finally, I'm finally with you, suckers. Xbox needs to do
Come
a,
on to the
a
dark
ten,
side, baby.
a tenfold better job with their marketing. Because for years I defended them, because they
Yes,
didn't
you
have
did.
they didn't have big games coming out. For years I was like, man, what? Okay, y'all keep talking about the marketing, the marketing, the marketing. What are they going to market? You know what I'm saying? Like they like
We
Halo's coming out every
crucified realists.
yeah,
We put them on the
look,
cross.
y'all should have, and then y'all should have given me some grace because at that time they didn't have anything really coming out. So like, what did y'all really want them to market? Y'all want them to market State of Decay when it's $30? Y'all wanted them to market Sea of Thieves when it was just water and boats? Like at that time they didn't have anything, but now you got Activision. Now Activision is always going to do a good job with their marketing. Um,
I told you
Bethesda
I could
does.
get 25 more minutes out with Willis.
Hey, Bethesda does a great job with their marketing. What with it? A lot of the Xbox fans didn't like it but PlayStation fans did not create quality, bro. So get mad, but Xbox has to make more quality games,
Facts.
especially if you're going to charge $80 for these games.
Facts.
Xbox was trying to be the next one up to $80 with
Facts.
Outer Worlds 2. I beat Outer Worlds 2, 200 like 170 hours into Outer Worlds 2. That is not an $80 game, right? But they tried to put that game out for $80. And so what gamers look at, like even with $70, I had to come out and be like, hey man, $70 is not a quality marker. That's just the price of doing business now. Right? Because you got double A games being sold for $60. Like
Right.
that vampire game, Evil West, I think that game should have been $40. But I
Right.
paid 60 for it because that was not a triple A game, but it was the former triple A price.
Yeah.
So Xbox, they got all these studios. They have, I mean, and then you got, is it Booty? Yeah,
Yeah.
Booty is coming out and talking about how they've got a synergy in their studios now where
All
they're
right.
all like
All
bouncing
working
off of each
together.
other.
Yeah. What they're good at.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Exactly.
synergy. So like, if you have that, you know, you've been listening to rap as long as I've been listening to rap.
Realist coming with some vocabulary synergy.
Anyway, look, so we you've been listening to rap as long as I've been listening to rap. And some of these dudes that drop an album, it's like, bro, you got a whole team of cats and nobody told you that this was trash. Nobody
Right.
told you this was buns. It's like I can look at games and say this is not gonna fly.
Look at it. We've been in the
You know
game
what I'm
too
saying?
long.
And
Right.
it's like you got people there making high six figures, $1 million, and none of them can look at a game and say that it's gonna bomb.
Stop right there, realist. You remember back in the day when donkeys used to tell us, "You ain't play the game. How you know it's not good? You sound like, Rez, they gonna try to tell us, Rez, we had to play the game." I said, bro, nobody's ever had to play shit to know it's garbage, bro. You don't have to play a damn thing to know that this game is not gonna attract. That's
It's
not
like,
how it works. The thing
but
is, you can't form your opinion on it. You can't say that the experience of the game is going to be a certain way if you've never played it. That's the correct way of talking. But we've been out here so long, I already knew Marathon wasn't going to be appealing to the masses. You can look at it, you can see it, you can tell. How many games you need to look at when you like Metro 2039, right? You saw a little clip, right? Nobody's sitting up here saying that game is trash. You see it, you look at it, you see
okay,
the
well, I got a
quality.
question. I got a question for
What's
you,
up?
legal,
What's
and then
up?
I won't say nothing else about the game until you go into your special section.
What's up?
You think that's going to be a big hit?
Yes, I am. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a
Okay,
big. Yeah.
I disagree.
The
Right?
the reason why it's gonna it's it,
No,
it-
we
the,
can talk
the
about it later. I disagree. We talk
no,
about it
no, it's
later.
okay. We're not talking about the game. It's the second option. It's the
What do you
second
mean?
option. Meaning it's the second option. I
So
know what
what?
the first option is gonna be. It's going to be Grand Theft Auto 6. But Metro, the thing about Metro is it has its own
Metro
community.
comes out in the winter, right?
Yeah, it's coming out in the winter. So if this game does come out in December, it's going to be a hit because it's going to be the second option.
I don't think so. I mean,
All
because
right,
if you
give me
okay,
my
listen,
flowers soon. There's not
listen.
been one Metro
Hey,
has
hey, hey,
failed.
hey, 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 hey.
Not
Now
one Metro has failed.
you know good and doggone well.
Hey, there's a
I
lot
don't.
of things.
You know good and doggone well. I don't mind being wrong on this.
I know. Give me my flowers soon.
I played Stalker back in the day.
Yeah, you put me on it.
I didn't finish this Stalker.
Yeah, I did.
I got Metro, Last Light and Redux on my ally right now.
Okay, beat it, man. It's
I
a good
played
series, bro.
no,
Yeah.
no. Listen, I played them on PC. Now I want to play them on Xbox.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I got
I agree, Chili.
Exodus and I got Exodus on Xbox. Like I
I
love
agree.
those games. I
Yeah.
wanted Xbox to get 4A before Embracer got them. I wanted Xbox to buy Embracer. You know what I mean?
You
And
did.
like people like over Activision because Embracer has a gang of IP that they just don't even know how to put it out there in front of the masses. Like THQ, bro. Like you got the kill all the humans, destroy all humans games. Man, you got RPGs out the wazoo. Shout out to Kurt Schilling. You got a Kingdoms of Amalur. Like that game still hasn't enough people haven't touched that game yet. But no, I would love to be wrong, but like, I don't think it's gonna be a big game. It's gonna be look, 4A always does especially since Exodus, since they started predicating their games on good graphics. They have always made pretty games. I mean, if you look at Stalker, Stalker's just a much bigger wide open world game, but that's a different studio too. The games are I'm proud of what the studios have done with their versions of the Stalker IP. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's gonna be a big hit. But when is there gonna be a good time? You know, I used to take a dump on PlayStation because it was like they did poor Aloy dirty every time they had a game for her. You know what I mean? First they drop it right next to Breath of the Wild. Next they drop it next to they put it right by Elden Ring. It's like, do you want the games to see? They keep making new games. I mean, y'all gonna be playing with Hunter's Gathering on your tablets and cell phones next.
Right.
But Xbox would have to do something like that, right? But that's the types of games that people are playing, and this is why like people think that Xbox wants to sell See, they have a dilemma. The dilemma is we don't want to lose the console base that we do have, but we also don't care that much to go after other console
And
users.
I think Blaze should be exclusive on Xbox. Just want to get that out the way.
Well, the thing is, it goes back to what we've been saying from jump. They don't need PlayStation.
Nope.
PlayStation has the worst, and I'm so grateful that I was validated by the
Look at
leak.
Eternal shout out. Look.
The Rockstar leak just validated what I've been saying all these years. Is that, and I said it actually the show we had the night before this leak dropped, that Xbox has better gamers who play more games and spend more money. And
The
I've
world
seen the
chart
numbers
proves you
before.
right. The
I've
world
seen
chart
it,
proves you right.
but I've seen those numbers before. But then to have fresh numbers from Rockstar about how Xbox users spend more money per person on that old ass game that I wish they would all drop. It just validates what I've said. That's the dilemma. So do you really want to steal PlayStation's users? They are the worst. You can basically tell PlayStation, hey, go out there, sell your
Good
PlayStations.
point.
But at the end of this contract, it's going to be 20, it's going to be 88-12. Right? We don't know what the split is right now. Because you look, Ubisoft don't even give anybody 30%, in case y'all didn't know. Ubisoft don't even give Walmart 30%, in case y'all didn't know. So all this 30, that's customary, that's a standard.
But that's not what's going
But
on. Yeah.
everybody is not getting 30% of the sales. We don't know and so this is why, like,
Right.
you like, man, Xbox look bad, man. We don't know what the cut is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Good point. Good point, man.
we know that Activision was already punking Microsoft. Say, hey man, you want this game, man? 20%. Microsoft said, okay. But at 10 years, see, this is why Microsoft's like, man, we really would put our games everywhere. Because if they do go pull from PlayStation, those are actually the worst might be Nintendo fans if they could somehow flip them. Because all they care about is Nintendo games. Third party goes over there to die. Whereas on PlayStation, those people don't care about first party. So if you bring them over to your console, you basically just become PlayStation when you need people buying more of your game. Xbox bought 36 teams and 25 studios, right? And we need to get people playing these games. Because to the same effect, Microsoft is infested by Call of Duty, Fortnite, 2K, Roblox. At least they own
Told
Microsoft
you.
and Call of Duty. Yeah, you did. But hey, but you know what I like? I
Yeah.
like to break down this stuff. So yeah, you told me you can make it go for 25 minutes. I said, nah, but like,
I told y'all.
but look,
And we get Eternal shout out in here, so we're gonna go longer.
what's the benefit of Microsoft flipping PlayStation's fans? Because all they're doing is creating a 30% or 30 or less
Good
influx. They're
point,
not
Willis.
buying first party.
Good
So,
point.
but at the end of the day, you do want that money though. And
Yeah,
so
good point.
they need
Yeah.
to show some type of loyalty to the console to make people at least believe in it.
Right.
Because I don't believe every Xbox fan when they complain, but I believe some of them.
Yeah.
And if you are, call it what you want to, man, because you went back to Genesis and Nintendo. We've been console warring for a long time, and it's not anything that I'm going to fight you over. I'm not going to curse you out over it.
Right.
It's fun for me.
Yeah.
But if you're it's no different than sports,
Right.
right?
Right.
And so the people who are invested in that side of the game that Phil Spencer wanted to disassociate from.
That was the majority of the bases. That was the majority of the people.
Yeah, I mean,
And
because
you
if
see that now.
you listen to a guy like Peter Moore who embraced it.
That's
You,
it.
you you look at PlayStation.
What's up,
PlayStation went at
series?
Nintendo. Sega went at Nintendo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then now it's like everybody's classy. Like when you got Burger King and McDonald's going back and forth, oh my God, the return of the dirt.
The
You know what I
Mac
mean?
Rib.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like now everybody wants to
We
be
got
racist
Resident
again.
Gamer running to McDonald's for the Mac Rib.
Right? I used to love those McRibs when I was in kindergarten.
Yeah. What's
You
up,
know,
Retona? Shout out. What's up, baby?
Yo, long time no see, man.
what up, man?
What's good,
Retona hit me
Realist?
up, said, man, can I
Yeah,
get
I miss
on?
that guy.
Yo.
I miss that guy, Realist, man. And even Spartans. Yo, I miss
What's up, dog?
everybody. I haven't been here for a while. Like, a long while.
That rib
Yeah,
sucks,
it's
facts.
been a good while, man.
PS5 blows.
Yeah, I think the last time was when Crazy Louie was here.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was it. That's right.
That
That's
was
right.
it. Then I had to deal with something behind the scenes, and I hit D yesterday, but I'm like, oh my god, I forgot to put to turn on my notifications, and I didn't know you text me, so I could be
Oh
at
man,
the
it's
show, and
good,
I
man. We
forgot.
got you. We got you in, and we want to hear what you got to say. So I'm curious. All right, I'll ask you a question. To you, okay? You're fresh, right? The beautiful thing about you right now, you're representing the streets. Shout out, okay? So you bring in the language, all right? So I'm asking you, what are some things that you think Microsoft can do to change this whole entire atmosphere and get this thing, this electricity that we know exists in the Xbox community, recharged up and going? You know, what is some of the I want to hear your side of view on it, man.
Okay,
And take your time.
that's
Because
fine.
Realist got me over the 2-hour mark.
All right, let's go for this. A lot of people like to go by numbers because they say numbers don't lie. But for me, I go actions speaks louder than words. So let's go by actions. For years, it has been the console have been underperformed. That's one of them. So now they fixed that. Why am I bringing that up? Because it was something that happened constantly during their years. And that's why we have the Series X. Then it was the exclusive that we didn't have any because we only had 3 studios. Now what we got is a Bethesda. Now we got a Activision. So they fixed that situation. Now this is the part that it was a major game situation that they had, the problem. Now this is the part that they need to work on, like really bad, like desperately. It will be if you are announcing a game that is going to be exclusive to the system, you have to market that game. They are lacking when it comes to marketing your product. They either do it a month or so. There are times that you have to mark. It's like they pick and choose. Let's go for this one, but this one is little. Okay, you know what? Fable have the most marketing, but then you got Pentiment got the least. So
Hold your thought right there. PS5 Blow says Paris said they do it for the publisher. Correct. Let's people know where to get their game. Correct. There's way. Listen. I said that yesterday. Right? That's why I put my post up. I showed different sections of how they did it, right? And Xbox did it correctly for the first time in a long time. So when the trailer was coming out, when we talk about Metro, because we're gonna do an extra show for it. But when Metro 2039 came out, when there was the feature trailer, it showed Xbox, right? It didn't show any other platform. Then when they did the deep dive, right? When they did the deep dive and let the developers talk, we already know the game ain't exclusive. We know the game ain't exclusive. But when they talk about having a partnership and they deep dive and all of that, and at the end of that one, it shows where it's gonna be on all other platforms because that belongs to them, right? That's how you do it. You don't when people go on Xbox, right? When they go on Xbox on YouTube and they see your green Xbox logo on the corner and it's coming from Xbox, there should be no other platform name for that game. Now, if they go and look up Metro Exodus, they go in there and they look it up on that YouTube channel or on that website or whatever, when they see it there, it's going to be published as a third-party game because they ain't publishing that game. You get what I'm saying? This ain't Call of Duty or Minecraft or something. That
that's
ain't
why they
coming
have
from the
the
Microsoft
partner.
Studios.
That's why they have the partner directs or the partner previews
Exactly.
for that reason.
Exactly. That's when Okay, now that you said that, shut up. Say it again, and I'm not gonna say nothing else. That's exactly why they got the Xbox Partner Direct. They got that for that.
Yeah, that's the reason for it. That's the purpose of it, for the collaboration or anything like that that they have. That's the reason why they have that dedicated for that reason. So it could be on both platforms.
Everything has to make sense now for Xbox. It has to make, because people have got my Xbox under the microscope. Any little thing that's off, they're gonna bring it to light. And it's not hard. You just heard shout out. That's what you got the third party show for. And if you need to do more, do more. If this is it, if we want to sit up here, right, shout out, and act like we're so confused, then do more shows. But when you put it on your platform, we don't want to see other people's platforms. Because you know why, shout out? We don't see it when we go over there on theirs.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem really, shout out, it's not us, right? We're not looking like, oh, you know what, we want everything ours. We never been like that. All we've ever said is we want it to make sense. If you're gonna give our games that we're invested in on other platforms, right? And we want to make that. I don't know, I'm bouncing. Okay, never mind.
No, you're good.
I'm bouncing somewhere. Somebody, what is that? What is that? All right, never mind. So if we're going to, if you're gonna put, who is that? Oh, okay. If we're going to make games where we're gonna put them on other platforms, right? We're gonna make that normal. Then Xbox fans got to get something out of it. And I think one of the biggest problems is they're not getting nothing out of it. Man, we don't care about no damn Helldivers 2, bro. We got our own shooters for that. We got our own extract. We don't. That's not making us go crazy, right?
Wait. That's something that we have to think about, because this is something that you asked me at the beginning. What do you think the strategy or what Xbox should do? And that's something that I wanted to bring up. That's why I said about
no problem, blows, no problem. No, I'm talking about if it wasn't parents, it's okay. It didn't. It wasn't. I wasn't. It ain't really. You brought him up, but it ain't really like we're using him as an example, right? If he did say it, but I get that. I mentioned that, but like I said, everything's got to make sense. Keep going, Eternal. Shout out.
Because I was gonna say, like I said, that they need to market their games, especially when they're exclusive to the console. Even though they're trying to say, yeah, but exclusive are not like you used to, but it does show. That's why I say action speaks louder. It does show that the success on the PlayStation, the success of Nintendo is still working. So that means exclusives still matter. But we do see some other things behind it. Every single time that they show on the social media about which games are popular on the PlayStation, it's always been Call of Duty and Forza. Oh, and Grounded. So what does that mean? That when it comes to multiplayer, is the moneymaker. When single player could have been exclusive for the Xbox. So that means anything that is multiplayer, it comes with multiplayer or something free to play, make it multiplayer. That's why it's called multiplayer, multi-platform, and you make money all
right.
over.
If as a publisher, now this is as a publisher mindset. Mm-hmm. That's why we understand it. But when you're building your brand, come on, build your brand. Make something enticing for your brand. I agree.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I know I mentioned this, and Hargi said, yeah, but if that is the case, that means Halo gotta go to the PlayStation. I get that part because it does come with a multiplayer, but look at Gears Reloaded. It didn't sell that well. It comes with multiplayer, but they didn't support it, and I thought they were supporting the devs. And
here's the thing. That's that brag in the bag type of talk. Everybody knows that Halo is Xbox mascot. Everybody knows. So that to even try to act like everybody's stupid about that, right? Mm-hmm. There's a reason why Okay, put it like this. I just dare PlayStation fans come on over here to the Halo world. You're gonna get your face mopped off the planet. We already know this stuff. Just like what happened to you on Gears. Okay, so if we want to keep acting like they're going to really invest in it, fine. But the numbers didn't lie. Like shout out said, the numbers didn't lie. They wanted to scream about Starfield because it was just a brag in the bag thing to do.
No. It's not that the number doesn't lie. It's action speaks louder. Because
Right.
the action was that they moved it so it could be third party, but they didn't do it. So in other words, it's like, so for years you're trying to say third party. Now they send the games that are, that made the brand, which is Halo and Gears, but it went to your brand, and look what happened. So that means you ain't doing nothing.
Nothing.
So what's all this talk when it actually happened? You didn't support it. When
Shout out.
when Xbox actually support like
Starfield flopped on PlayStation, bro. It flopped.
Not only that, I think what was the other one that flopped? Hellblade 2 flopped.
Everything flopped except for
except
Forza,
what, Brillis?
Except for Forza and
No.
Sea of Thieves.
No.
Sea of Thieves barely made it.
Let me help Realist on this one. It did great. Hellblade 1 on a PlayStation because it was exclusive. But when Hellblade 2 was on Xbox, now it didn't sell anything.
There you go. I don't want it.
It is.
Yeah.
But check it out. When Hellblade 1 came out, it was like the movie games were on fire.
Yeah.
Right? And it had the aesthetic. It was realistic. But as time went over, like Hellblade, I think sold like 5 million units.
No. I think it was 15,000. I think somewhere.
No. Hellblade 1 in total.
Right? Can't remember.
But you got to remember, those games were selling for $5, right? And it was like this false look. Xbox community killed me when I said, "Bro, Hellblade 2 is gonna be a dud."
Yeah.
Doesn't make it a bad game. It just all I'm saying is it's not going to sell.
You did say that.
Yeah, and they told me to sell my Xbox. Well, they didn't tell me to my face, but they said sell your Xbox, this and that. And I'm like, no, look.
Those days. Get rid of your Xbox, then.
Yeah, it's not. Listen, just because I have an opinion, right? It doesn't mean that I'm going to flip. But I'm also very sympathetic. I'm also down with my Xbox.
Hold on, Realist. Because we got somebody from the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, that's my girl.
Okay. Hey, well, welcome on in. Shout her out.
Yeah, that's Lydia. Lydia from the Dominican Republic.
Peace to Lydia. Thank you for coming to Di-RRec Gaming represent Eternal. Shout out my good friend.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lydia. That's funny. Go ahead. No. Look, Eternal shout out. Look, I agree with you. And I think the majority of the Xbox streets agree with you. It's what we've been saying for years. There's something wrong. I know nobody wanted to admit to it. And I know some of the silent haters loved it. They never wanted to confess to it. But the community of Xbox knew something's wrong. Something's just not there. And the only thing that I can hope for
company, like something's wrong with the company.
On the inside, there's something right.
Well, we already knew from men when one person is giving this this message, and then the other one is at a different message, and then they're not marketing correctly. It's like they are not on the same page. That's what happened. It's like I don't know what it is.
That's right, Jago. No, that's right. And so so now, look, here's where I'm optimistic at, right? And I'm on your level, really. And the residents knows this when we talk to me. I'm at the point where I'm like, they're gonna have to show it now. I can't. I'm done with all the speculation, right? I'm tired of all the messaging, because with Microsoft, the messaging has been trash. So I don't even hear the messaging. I don't pay attention to the gaming media like I used to. I don't care about none of that no more. I'm looking at the results. And for as long as we've been talking, I know Realist, he's exasperated. Like, because how many more times we got to keep repeating ourselves? And I tell Realist, you don't look at it like that. because there's somebody that may not have ever heard it. We're going to keep repeating it until it happens. And when it happens, they're going to remember us, bro. They're going to remember us. They're going to remember each other shout out coming up here in the streets and saying things. They're going to remember all of us, bro, that spoke the truth. It ain't that we're trying to lie. And even if we're wrong, we're still truthful because we have no deceit in our heart. We're not here to try to deceive anybody. We're just saying something's wrong and something could be better. We don't go to work at Microsoft. But guess what? They need our wallet. They need our wallets. Guess what? They need our wallets. So the fact that they need our wallets makes us some kind of importance to this brand. Because if we don't go out here and buy this brand, well, the hell with it. Xbox is only as good as the support. That's any platform. PlayStation is only as strong as its support. Nintendo's is only as strong as its support. Xbox is only as strong as its support. Period. That's business. So we're going to sit up here and act like what the customer is saying don't make no sense. That makes no sense. What's Joby say? He wrote something long. They were not on the same page. And the part every time Phil came out and said something, somebody from Microsoft always overstepped and shudder on him. And a lot of times, Microsoft made Phil look like the idiot. Listen, it got bad, didn't it? Look, we don't know what was going on, but that was a weird 2 years, man. It was almost as if whatever Phil said, we just knew it wasn't going to happen. It eventually, that was bad.
Because what happens is, I think, is a Satya Nadella situation. Because I noticed that Phil had a certain way of thinking, and I do remember this. I do remember this. Phil said one thing, and then I remember, I think it was CNBC interview Satya Nadella, and he was like, I never liked exclusives. That's something that Sony created, and I'm like, oh boy,
that was wrong. Sony didn't create that. See,
I'm like, oh boy, now he's trying to say I'm gonna step my foot, on the floor, and I'm gonna tell this guy, no, put this one in here, put this one in here, and I get it because of the Activision situation, but once he said that, the messaging
that was bad.
The whole thing.
Yep, that was bad, and yeah, man, look. There's gonna be now we're at only two things can happen. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just gonna tell y'all the truth. Only two things can happen. Either Microsoft gets it, listens to y'all. I'm serious. And listen to your core fans. You said it. Asha said it, and I think she will. And she is. I'm seeing her. She's active, and I hope it continues to get better. I really do. I hope it continues to get better. With that, I'm with shout out on everybody else on the panel. The marketing is the second biggest thing.
Oh my God.
I know it's horrible. The third horrible, the messaging. Like right now, man, I don't even want to talk about it because I don't even
yes, you do.
I already said it. I don't even want to say it.
You better spit it out.
I'm gonna say it. And listen, man.
I don't want to hear that. You better spit it out.
Y'all hard on me, man. Cause I hate y'all, man, for this.
Wait, didn't you say?
But if my Gears Award,
didn't you say we came from the street? You better,
facts. If my Gears Award E-Day changes, if I see that PlayStation 5 logo hits on that damn website, I'm going into exile for a while, man. I'm just gonna I'm gonna take a break, bro. Go on exile for a while and recuperate because right now, the leak was. And I did the show on it, right? I revealed it, exposed it. And I forgot the article's name. But in the article, it talked about the one of the devs, the designer of the game. He was part of the designing team of the game, right?
Ed Freeze? No,
for Gears of War E-Day.
Oh, Blitinsky.
I don't know. No, it was another guy. I've never heard of him. He's new. He's part of the new team.
Oh, the new team. Okay.
Right. So I've never heard of him, right? So I saw the no problem, famo, no problem, Spartan. I get you. If you got to get out of here in 10, yeah, man, listen, you already know the business, bro. Appreciate you, boy. Hey, um, so it told that on its first initial website what the game was going to be made on, right? And it had all the platforms on there. PlayStation 5 was included. So I said, oh, let me go look this up. Let me go check this out. Eternal shout out. It was like a couple of shows ago. I looked it up. PlayStation 5 is off. It's not on there. It's Xbox and Windows PC. And I think maybe Play Anywhere or maybe Game Pass, whatever. But it's more Xbox PC. It's more Gears of War centric on how Gears of War was in the first place, right? So now I'm like, damn, should I put this out here and just put it on blast, or and look stupid later, or just wait? And I chose to wait. I just because that's part of that mixed messaging that has to stop. I just wanted to put it out there. So yeah, this is the 20. The way I look at it is this. I've said this before we even got to this 25th anniversary. This is a 25th year anniversary, y'all. This is a 25-year anniversary. Anniversaries are meant to be exclusive. They're meant to be inclusive. It's meant to be special. Now we can sit here and make it seem like anniversaries is a broad thing. Okay, well damn it. I don't know nobody who's willing to share their wife on their anniversary. Shout out.
Yeah,
Hey,
dang.
realist, I don't think
But
nobody's sharing their wife on their anniversary.
it just got so dark so fast. That's
I know,
yeah.
right?
I'm,
I agree.
you get what I'm saying? So I'm like, listen, we went to that direct show, our Xbox direct show, developer direct show. We had PlayStation plattered all over on that, right? We get it, right? We get Fable reboot, want to get out there. Halo reboot, get it out there. But I don't understand it. I think they don't think that nobody's ever played Halo before. Look, just because I never had a PlayStation don't mean I ain't never played PlayStation games before. See, that's that. I don't know where that mentality is coming from. Realist knocked it out the park. You're not going to get them to switch over to Xbox. So it ain't about, oh, concede the PlayStation because I can't. No,
Well,
that should drive
it
you.
depends. You
Look,
can
look,
uh
Eternal. Look, Eternal. That should drive you to do something better. This is gaming. So when you do something better, guess what gamers do? They support. That's it. It's not a mystery, bro. People are gonna play like they're not. They're gonna play like they're not. But guess who, bro? Guess who told you the secret? It's already happened. Guess which game already told us the secret? Forza Horizon. It told you when you have a superior game, it don't matter who it is, they're gonna buy it. That told you just how much they've been wanting it and they couldn't get it. That's what it
Yes.
proves.
But see, look, like that's why it's like when things happen, us as a community, we revert. We revert back to what we know, right? It's like that's why I said I get it. When it comes to Xbox fans, we get jerked. We get jerked left and right.
mhm.
Because when Phil came in and started talking all this kumbaya stuff, we whether you liked it or not, we all started talking the kumbaya stuff.
We
Now
did.
that now that Asha is saying that she's looking to get back to the core values and deal with the core fans and this and that and third. We're like, yeah, exclusives, exclusives. But back when Phil was giving us facts, right? Back when Pactor Factor was giving us facts, back when Matt Piscatella was giving us facts about the industry, the console industry is not growing, has not growing, and is probably not going to grow in the future, right? This we know, but now we forget because Asha is talking back the language we used to speak.
Mhm.
She's reverted back to that.
Because it ain't working.
No, it's not going to work unless you kill PlayStation, right? Or unless you kill Nintendo, which Nintendo is untouchable. PlayStation is
Mhm.
the closest thing that they can touch, right? Because PlayStation is just as weak as them as far as their user base is concerned, right? We're hardcore gamers, we play everything, but the majority of gamers are all playing the same games. The console base is not growing. So, what was the answer? Because you used to be right on. You used to be like, yeah, really, yep, yep. You used to be right with me. So don't crawfish on me now. Xbox has to create new customers, right? That's where they were trying to head, right? They were trying to create new avenues to make money. You had Google Stadia, you had Amazon Luna, two of the Trillionaire Boys Club, push back. But that's, I mean, Bethesda made Google say that's enough. Shout out to Amazon. They probably spent $3 billion on video games.
Well,
One of
the
them
only
was
one that
500.
is close, I think the only
One
one that
was
is close is
500.
the Nvidia now.
No, Nvidia don't count because Nvidia is the number one in graphics cards. But that ought to let you know something that even though they're number one in selling GPUs, that they're even forward thinking enough to have a cloud ready, and it just so happens to be the best. But
Exactly, that's what I said. That's why I said that. But
they
yes.
were smart enough to not try to create
Yep.
a platform the way
Mm-hmm.
that Google Stadia did. Google
Yep.
Stadia wanted you to buy all the games that you already bought,
Yeah,
whereas
rebought them. Yeah,
whereas
replay
whereas
for them.
whereas Nvidia is saying, hey, we don't care where you bought the games from, just give us $20 to use our service. Right now, where Nvidia is messing up is that they're trying to meter. They're trying to meter their service. So anyway, Xbox Microsoft has already seen the way forward, but they realized that they might not have the juice to power it through the way that they thought. Right, because Nvidia is now the most valuable company in the world, but they haven't made cloud gaming go anywhere. They haven't all of a sudden made people dump buying low end PCs to come jump into the cloud,
Yeah,
right? Because that's where the Steam machine is coming in. The Steam machine is going after these bums. Okay, I won't call them bums. These people who are using these 20, 15-year-old PCs and won't upgrade because they don't
facts,
have to.
facts.
You really don't have to upgrade. Uh, because if you're going to play World of Warcraft, bro, I jumped into World of Warcraft and it's the same as I left it 20 years ago, right? Because
I know this will
they
be
need to
cracking me up, boy.
they need to cater to these people on potatoes,
Silent
right?
Cypher, what's up, famo? Long time
Oh
no
yeah, man,
see.
you got the whole crew in here. So now we need to understand what Microsoft needs to do, right? They bought King, right? And when they bought Activision, we were all singing the same crap. So don't forget now. Oh, it wasn't about Activision and Call of Duty. It was about King. It was about the mobile. Okay, so let's stick there. Let's not think that all of a sudden everything that they're gonna do is just gonna go to the dying thing that is console. Right? They gotta create new ways for people to play games. That's why you have allies everywhere. Right? That's why you have people still waiting on an Xbox handheld. I remember Louis used to say, Xbox needs a handheld. I was like, nah, man, we got enough as it is. And then we get the wrong ally.
Yeah,
Right. But
yeah.
they need to create new avenues, right? China is going to be big if they can somehow get a game that pops off over there,
I'm telling you,
right?
man.
It's like dealing here. We're not like your cousin that never played video games is not going to go buy a PlayStation or Xbox. He just don't care. It's like it's pretty much capped. People in place in Japan want to buy a Switch. They're riding their trains playing a Switch. Where does the Xbox fit into that? And if the Xbox does come out, it's going to be $500. Like, because that used to be the way that they competed. They competed with money. The 360 won because it was cheaper. The Xbox One lost because it was more expensive and it had less power and it had a peripheral that nobody cared about anymore. Right? PlayStation 4 took over. This generation, they just carrying the momentum forward. Right, and they'll probably carry some momentum with the PlayStation 6. It's just the way it is. But Xbox has to go back. They're going to continue to try to build new markets. The cloud is not
Oh,
ready.
that's a key right there.
That's the key. That's what
Market,
we've been saying. All
market.
right.
I'm not talking about like marketing.
Market. Yeah,
When I'm talking
another.
about when I'm talking about market is that they I get that this is your number one area, but remember there's a lot of countries that would
The
love to
world
have
is wide open.
Xbox, and you are not taking care of them all at once. They are still having a lot of problems on saying I cannot find an Xbox or anything like that because I think it's either they're not talking correctly, or is something going on?
I'm gonna tell you what it is. Eternal shout out. The world, right? We know, for one, it's not the same everywhere, right? We got
Right.
different terrains, different climates, different different organisms. Everything's different everywhere on this earth, right? Different climate, right? So when it comes to internet strength, when it comes to technology and things, the world is not equal, right? It the
I,
world is a bad place when it comes to equality for human beings,
I
right?
get it. That's why I had that
So
hit argument with Crazy Louis, because I'm like, you can't compare, the Dominican Republic to here, because there's two different things.
I'm glad you brought the Dominican Republic up. There you go. Now, because they didn't connect, right? They say jump in, we all connected, but that's the marketing. The reality, right? We on DIRREC Gaming, we love the reality. The reality, we're not all connected, right? So there was a push, and it's still a push. Bro, they're drawing cables. I don't know if it's happened yet, but they're drawing fiber cables down in the ocean. They're connecting. Everybody in the world is going to be connecting.
I give you,
The,
I give you something.
the goal is for us to be connected that way.
No, I give you
Now,
something. I give you something. On February, I was at the Dominican Republic to see my girl.
mm,
They don't know what is fiber optic. Like for 1 gig, no, they have 10 megabytes, and
right.
it's like a dial-up. And that was
Yeah.
February, and they are
Now,
not hitting that.
they're not hitting. Now, watch this. And Realist is my witness. He's been one of the oldest people. He's the oldest on this platform. The General is my witness. And Realist used to make fun of me. He used to call me the Cloud Man. You the Cloud Man, legal. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew Realist, and I had to do this, right? Let me knock the dust off this bad boy. That was so fun. Let me wipe the dust off this bad boy. I put my money where my mouth is. Realist knows this was my first baby right here. And let me tell you something. When it's updated, it's still one of the best. The Logitech G Cloud, I love it. There's only certain games that I love for it. Forza's one of them. Not all the games, but there's certain games. This handheld just fits so perfect. It's real ultra thin, nice, and it's cloud only. It's a cloud only handheld, right? So that was the first cloud handheld device that I repped. But I was always repping cloud because I understood. And NVIDIA and see what NVIDIA did? Just solidified me. Because I did GeForce Now. I showed everybody the power of cloud with Black Myth Wukong when they thought I was lying and saying I wasn't playing it for my Xbox. You a liar. See, what got me was how uneducated the Xbox community was about its own beautiful technology. You can't make this shit up. I was like, bro, I got an Xbox. The Azure cloud is one of the most versatile clouds out there. Regardless of how you feel about it on the politics side of things, Microsoft knows it has something, right? And this thing is what's going to connect us, not the hardware. Because like Shada said, it's just not going to happen. They realized it. It's not going to be a reality. But guess what can be? The cloud. So Microsoft has two things that the other consoles don't have. They have a major operating system and they got a major cloud. They are unstoppable. So here's my point, Shada. I said this. Realist is my witness. Microsoft needs to work on their 3. I did shows about this when I was by myself. The 3 keys of Microsoft's success with gaming is Xbox, it's xCloud, and it's mobility, and it's PC mobility. I didn't want to leave that out because Microsoft is PC too. We're not going to sit up here. People don't want to talk about just how dominant Microsoft is in the PC space. It's dominant. And let me just, for all you Xbox haters and Microsoft, it's extra dominant, just for you, extra dominant. There is no Linux competing with Microsoft. Stop it. There isn't nothing. Stop. All right? Nothing. I'm just here to destroy your dreams and your future. It's okay. I understand being an underdog. I'm an Xbox fan. I understand your passion. But the reality I understand about Xbox is it's not selling as better as console sales with Nintendo and PlayStation. I say that because I know that ain't the metric to success. So if you try to bullshit me with the PC and make it seem like Microsoft Windows is just this little extra name out there, bro, nah, it is the name out there. It is where you don't have Steam if you don't have Windows operating system, all right? Steam is running on it. Now, this is why I'm getting so hyped. This is why I've been doing so many shows, because it's getting to that point where Microsoft is like, you know what, listen, all right, we tried, we did all of this, we wanted to bring all this gaming in, of course, because it's a software company. It's a data software company. But guess what? These companies don't like you. These people don't like you. So you're going to have to go all in and make people see your glory. So guess what? To those people out there that can't get an Xbox hardware console in your country, but guess what? You got a little device, we're going to put the cloud feature in there. You're going to get Xbox in your little handheld. These things, people don't realize. This is the second phase of Xbox. This is how Xbox expands. Right here. And it doesn't matter whose name is on it. You got the idiots out there, oh, it's just a PC, like they're trying to undermine Xbox. Bro, and it's the same. Some of them were the influencers. This is what I'm talking about with Microsoft. I don't care if this is a PC. Microsoft is PC, dummy. Windows 11 is PC, dummy. So I don't care that it says ASUS. ASUS don't care that it was ASUS, because ASUS is using an operating system that's not theirs. I don't care if this is ASUS, right? ASUS don't have a major operating system. So they put Xbox on this. You know why? Because the Xbox cloud features was being pushed through this. Yeah, I got Steam, but you want to know why? Because Steam runs on Windows 11, dummy. Nothing gets around Microsoft. Nothing. This is why they hate us, shout out. This is why they hate us, realists. Because we don't do the bullshit games. Bro, I don't care if you don't like Microsoft, but you're going to respect it next generation. You won't have no other way but to respect it. And just like my man said, when they take those paywalls away, when Microsoft destroys this bridge between console and PC, that's game over. That's going to be the end game, shout out. Shout out. I'm not going to waste my time with donkeys anymore. You know why? Because the gladness of a real Xbox fan is going to be too happy on what I have.
That's why me
I'm
and you start
going to
laughing.
be talking about what I'm doing than what they posted on social media. I'm going to be too busy on what I have.
That's why we be laughing, the stuff that I be sending you, and like,
Guys,
we be laughing. All right, Spartan. We be laughing because we already see this. Yet. Okay. We already see the funny, right? They take this paywall down for multiplayer, we win. We're going to be able to have the Steam and the Xbox achievements, we win. We're going to have the Steam collect, we win. We win. Nobody plays PlayStation games. I've been saying this. You're going to find out next generation that what I said was true. Nobody cares. This is why they're coming up with this. Sony needs to pull their games off of PC. You want to know why? Because deep down in their souls, in these donkey souls, deep down, they don't want us to have a brag in our bag. They don't want us to say, I ain't got to buy a PlayStation 6 because I got it on the PC. I can play it off my Xbox. That's what this is all about, people. And Sony hasn't even came out and said that's what they're going to do. These are the media influencers that are just hoping and praying that they don't have to cry later. You're going to cry regardless because PlayStation don't have what Xbox don't have. And that's the console war. It ain't got nothing to do with the sales. The console war is about who can do what and who can't do what. That's the console sale. So Microsoft is going to flip this whole console scheme. The whole landscape of consoles is going to get flipped upside down. And the new talk, because the world's going to talk about the new tech. The new tech will be about how this console is a PC. How this PC is a console. They ain't going to talk about this damn Steam Deck, this Valve machine. It's done with. Valve can't compete with Microsoft. What we kidding around here? That's a storefront. That's a storefront. They gonna put that little Mighty Mike machine out here and it's gonna get his. They ain't gonna support that. That thing is done. That thing is done. Just like the Steam Deck. All the little PC champs, they ran their mouth and they barely got 4 million. Bro, stop. The Xbox fans buy the games. The Xbox fans put the most engagement in. That's why our sales don't matter. Because we got the metric for us is the proof is in the pudding on the engagement. That's why I told you the operating market belongs to Xbox. That's why I put the show out there. Nobody talks about it. And it's not even close, shout out. It's 87% Xbox to 83 to 17% PlayStation. What are we doing out here? What are we talking about? I don't care about a console sale no more. What are we talking about? I don't care about your video games. What are we talking about? You don't even use your console the most. So what are we talking about out here? And that's why people in the media, they use that one area of talk. Because if they move anywhere off that console sale talk, PlayStation is irrelevant. And that's why I've always laughed at them. I've always knew it. That's why I was able to come out here and boldly predict these things. I even predicted the year. The 5th year you was going to see all of this. It's all here, bro. We here now. We here. Now it's just a slow death. Inside your soul, it's a slow death. Because it ain't nothing going to change, bro. Xbox is about to take over this gaming market. So get ready. Get ready. All I said is listen. The new legal knows a little thing about compassion. I'm just saying, get your Xbox ahead of time. Don't get mad at me when that dragon tail comes whipping itself back around across y'all's faces. Oh no, y'all had 30-some years of all this malarkey. I knew back then the PlayStation platform wasn't that great. Back then I was laughing at it. It just needed somebody to come in, and that's the soul of Xbox. Let's don't even try to get away from that. The whole reason why Xbox exists was to expose the PlayStation as a liar. Don't take my word for it. Go get on YouTube and watch the Xbox documentary. Don't take my word for it. I didn't create the Xbox. When they heard Sony talk about PlayStation, people who knew computer talk laughed at that shit and said, damn, there's millions of people that believe that shit? All right, let's go make something real. Let's go make something real. And that's been PlayStation's whole thing all this time. When you go back in history and look at what they would say about their console, bullshit. PlayStation can't sell you that PlayStation talking true to you. You wouldn't want it. If they tell you all the shit that it can't do, you wouldn't want it. So they don't tell you what it can't do. They make up some shit and you play into it. Because, you know what? I never was a part of winning anything. So I got the winningest console. That PlayStation 2 made all these weirdos famous. I saw them. I knew. I had some people I went to school with. No girlfriends, no nothing. But you know what? They love the fact that PlayStation 2 sold 150-something million consoles. It was the best thing ever. Bunch of weirdos, bro. You don't believe me? Go on Twitter X. Still, bunch of weirdos, bro. That's them. That's them. They ain't changed. They mutated. They went from ponies to donkeys. They just mutated. That's all they did. You ain't gonna get my grown ass talking about the word pony. Pony ain't gonna come out my grown ass mouth. Shit sounds weird. Only a pony could say that. Only a centaur could come up with a word pony. True Xbox fans don't use no weirdo words like that, bro. That the pony was created on social media. That shit was created on social media. I've been using the word donkey, bro. It's better than calling them a jackass. It's better than calling them a jackass, bro. But I've been laughing at them. It just took a while because people, as a whole, it wasn't a selective group. It's as a whole. So you're looking at a whole nation, bro. I remember them. PlayStation Nation. Just a nation of weirdos, bro, on Facebook. I remember all of that shit. Some of y'all don't even know, bro. This shit was real. These groups and all of this stuff was real. Just weirdos on top of weirdos, bro. Weirdos. I'm telling you, I know. Yobi knows what I'm saying is true. A lot of y'all don't know about this stuff behind the scenes, bro. But this shit's weird. All this stuff's got to change, bro. You want to get down to the purity of it, you're going to have to change. That's it. You're going to have to change. You're going to have to change. You have to get away from it. Because the greatness of Xbox can sell itself. It really don't need it. The fans of Xbox and the greatness of it can sell itself. When the 360 is our metric, right? That's our ultimate console. There wasn't no influencers then, shout out. There wasn't no social media then, shout out, like that. Think about it. When we had the biggest thing that we had with the 360 was Netflix. That was the media thing then. Watching movies. That was the big talk. We wasn't sitting up on here watching YouTube channels. There wasn't none out. See what I'm saying? Wasn't nothing out. So how did the greatness of this come? Through the fans, through the purity of the fans, through the stores where it was real interaction. Legendary said, oh, it's a lot of weirdos in this community, bro. It's borderline disgusting and embarrassing. It is. I mean, you got people who are supposed to be gamers and their channel is just weirdo stuff. And they ain't got nothing to do with gaming. It's just topics about weirdo stuff. I got my man Metro Place texting me right now. Are you doing a podcast tonight? He must not know we're live. He's out of Canada. You see? Folk want to, he'll see it. We're done. But we're gonna listen, y'all. We're gonna do a special Metro 2039. Shout out if you want to stay with us. And I want to hear some of your ideas about what you look forward to the game, if you even going to buy it or experience it, or if you even been a Metro fan. I would love to hear your take. And that's all we're going to do. We're going to put about 30 minutes on it. Give it some love because I'm hyped about it. And then we're getting out of here for the weekend, y'all.
I know Spartan wanted to say something. Spartan, don't you have something to say earlier?
Yes. 3 things that Xbox has to do, Miss Asha. Exclusive, cut off Halo for PlayStation, and start marketing like a motherfucker. Like we gotta get back. It's
damn, I know why he said he don't want that Halo, boy. Look at him.
Yes, it's itching on my last nerves, but I'm very glad that it's a modified Halo. It's not the real Halo, so they can the greatness there. And get that cloud going as hard as it can right away.
You got 3 beautiful aspect technologies. Use them. There's so many people out there that don't even use them.
Helix, when Helix comes out, and that's why they call it Helix, it's the DNA, the back
DNA.
And that's where it's coming. That's where all the fruition, I do believe, the next gen, we're going to be ushered into.
Okay, so you know what? I never did this before. I don't think I've ever did this before. If I've done it, it might have been once. So Spartan, take us out of here, man. You're going to get the outro tonight, man. Take us out of here, Spartan.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for attending the show. Chit Chat, you've been amazing. Panel, you've been amazing. And come check us out, Metro 2039, right after this.
Peace. Yes, sir. Peace. We out of here. Let's go.